Oh, yeah.
What I'm going to do next time is I'm just going to arrange all your things in order of douche. Okay. I'm going
Well, then I'm in front of you.
The biggest jerk, and you get. Let me show you how that works. Top douche.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah. What? Yeah, that works out. That's pretty good. There we go. That's the order of douche.
Great. I'll take it.
Let's just get everything back to where it is, so it doesn't.
It's like one of those puzzles.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the right one there, Mr. Kirby?
No.
Who's wrong? Tell me who to move.
I'm supposed to be in the bottom row. You put.
It's supposed to be Cody and then Devere.
And swap me and
then Devere. Yeah, swap Cody and Devere. Now swap me and Brock. I'm bottom, bitch. There you go. Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. Switch Navari and there you go. Yeah. There you go. Now it's right.
There we go. Yeah, you're supposed to keep an eye on the baby.
Are we good? Just give me the high sign. Give me the high sign. Yay, we're good. Hey, everybody who's watching us out there in YouTube land. Sorry we're running late. I have a grocery order that's running late, so they said they were going to be here and they weren't, so now I'm just keeping an eye on that. So we are going to interrupt the game when it arrives because there are perishables I have to put right away into the fridge, but that won't be more than like a 5-minute break. They'll all go to the bathroom or whatever. First of all, thanks for joining us. I know it's been we missed last month because of illness, and that brings us to the sad news I must give to everybody today, which is that Hungar has chosen to drop out because he is ill and continuing to be ill, and he doesn't want to disrupt the game for everybody. And yes, here, let's put in honor of, go ahead and show us that beautiful shirt you got on. In honor of the Starvarian, we are going to we accepted Hungar's decision to step out because he just can't, commit because of issues with health. And we respect that. We understand that because he's our friend and we love him and we want him to be healthy. I don't give two flying good goddams about rolling dice. I give more of a concern for his health. So that's where we're at. Of course, that means I get to figure out how to get rid of Philip, which, there's so many things I could do. I wonder what I will choose. So, Cody, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How's it going?
Every day is a gift. Can you move your microphone a little bit closer because you're weak, whereas Imran and Mr. Max Liao are very hot on their mics. So, no, it's okay, Max. I'm going to get Cody to bring his up a little bit as opposed to you to try and take you two down.
How's that?
That is much better. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So anyway, so you're doing good. All right, cool. You're going to have a task that you're not going to like, but I'm going to give it to you in a minute. All right, Mr. Sir Gerard DeVere, ye old geek, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Bear.
Why do I feel like I'm being suckered? That was really polite and
he's
nice.
waiting to sell you something.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bear. Yes. No, Mr. Bear, I expect you to die. Like I was like he's channeling his inner Bond villain. Oh my god. All right, Iman, how you doing, brother?
Good to have you all with me again for oh god, it's been 2 months? It's been long overdue. I've missed you guys. Glad to see you all again.
I missed you too, but that's because I'm a horrible aim. But that's okay. I'll get a laser sight and I'll get you next. And the stoic himself, Gerhard Bocht. How you doing, Malachi?
I am doing freaking fantastic.
How much shrimp did you sell today?
Probably close to 100 pounds.
I liked Liao's comment on the sea cockroaches. That's how I feel about most crustaceans and shrimp.
I'm going to give the best comment to Geek. Prawn Star.
Prawn Star. Yeah, you're a total Prawn Star. Yeah. Actually, I think it was more like Prawn Shop. It was Prawn Shop for you today. I need 1,000 pounds of scampi. Best I can do is 50 pounds of shrimp. All right, and last but not least, by any stretch of the imagination, number 1 in your hearts and number 10 on your playlist, it is Max Liao. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing well. I'm. What's the topic for today?
Topic for today is fucking role play, you loser.
Oh.
How you want to do that? It's all up to you, brother. All up to you. Okay, so it's been 2 months, but that doesn't mean we can't find one of you or all of you to find a way to summarize what happened last time.
Wait, we have a summary. What's his name? Triax Core?
I'm not reading that. It's like 5 pages. It's going to take like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's a legend for doing all that.
Right?
Yes, he is. But that's
he
okay.
needs to get some experience points for
He's
this.
not in the game, so I appreciate and I love that he does it, but I need you all to know what's going on. So, who's going to give us a summary for 100 XP?
We get a crown. We're in a bad part of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, my summary would be one line. I was a bit of a dick.
A bit. So your summary would be a bit of an understatement.
Okay, so you certainly weren't doing that in character.
Hey, I think as leader of the party, Cody ought to, Lauren.
Okay,
Really?
I'll try my best.
Hang on. Before you start, Cody, does DeVere see Cody as the leader of the party? Does he see Laurelan Lockwald as the leader? Is that what Sir DeVere sees him as?
No.
Quick round the table. Who sees Sir DeVere as the leader of the party? Yeah, I suppose your squire would be there. Yeah, so there you go.
But it was just if you went around the horn, I'm not taking my hand down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So Sir DeVere's got a self vote and a pity vote for being the leader. Yeah, that's not the leader.
And an obligation vote from the squire. He's chevalier, of course. He is leader. Yes, I follow him. That's how that works. All right, Cody, give her a gopher.
All right, I'll try. It's been a while since I watched the last session. So, from what I remember, we were traveling to go find what I had seen in my prophecy. So we had to go to this mountain. I guess there was a temple there. And while we were traveling through the forest in Iskane, is that correct?
You are in Iskane, yes. The wildlands of Iskane.
So it's we were told it's a dangerous place. Of course, we had to go through there anyways. Traveling through there, I think the first thing we met was we came across a river. We had to cross the river, and Laurelan tried to warn everybody that, you know, this is probably not the greatest idea to just go jumping in the river, and everybody went jumping in the river, or I think half the party went jumping in the river, not everybody. Yeah, Kirby went jumping in the river.
It wasn't a river, it was a lake with a couple of waterfalls on either side. It looked pristine, really nice.
It was a pool with a waterfall.
Sir DeVere was too busy trying to take all his armor off and didn't even get a chance to get in the pool.
Right. Sir DeVere was going to jump in, but he was still taking off his armor. Then they got assailed by some kind of guardian of the pool, which is what Laurelan assumed would happen.
A naiad, basically.
Okay. Whatever it was, some creature of the pool. Kirby was pulled under. Sir DeVere and Ishmatar tried to come to his aid. The creature, and then Laurelan tried to bargain with the creature while they were fighting it. And so me and the creature came into a conversation and struck a deal, which I don't remember what the deal was.
I got a kiss.
It was clear that she felt that the sacrifice had been made, and she was all fine and good with keeping Kirby. And then her monster came, and you did some magic, and that really shook her tree.
Right. So I didn't agree to that.
And that shook DeVere's tree too, by the way.
We fought the monster. After using my magic, she was, I guess, intimidated and, backed out of it. And we were able to cross safely after that. And then by nightfall, we came to a town.
If I may, you're skipping something, aren't you? My confusing sessions. After you fought the monster in the pool, then you had the camp out, right? And that's when you found the temple up on the top and had your vision. And all
right.
Yeah.
I think that happened after. Yeah. That might have happened after. And there was that's kind of where me and DeVere's butting heads started. But it didn't come to full flourishing at that point, but it was starting to happen at that point. And then after that, towards the end of the next day, I believe, we found a town. And in the town and I don't remember, maybe we just didn't choose to go to the town. we just kind of skipped around it originally, or I think we might have gone up to the town gates and we're like,
They were kind of meanie heads.
yeah,
We went to the town.
Yeah,
gate,
they asked us
spoke
to like
them.
drop all our armor and weapons and stuff, and we sort of refused.
So that was the deal. I'm pretty sure we went to the town gates, and it was controlled by all women. It was,
And Philip and I wanted to go in.
right, yeah, and I did too. But Devere did not want to go into the town, and either did I don't think Philip wanted to, and I don't think Bach wanted to.
I was nervous about it.
Yeah, so we skipped going around, and I can't remember if the party split up or not.
No, you guys were still together.
I don't think we did at that point.
Split up at the
Yeah.
last place you were at before you went into Escape. That's where you split up.
Yeah, so we skipped around the town.
Tried to
skip around the town, and while we were camping out, we were assaulted by beastmen, and it was a pretty hopeless fight. And Philip and Bach, I believe, just kind of ran tail and ran. And Lauren was like, I fucking told you so again, and cast a magic shield around himself and stood there while the mayhem was going on. And by the end of the battle, everybody was, clamoring towards the city gates, the town gates, trying to get in. They did let us in, and we were arrested.
And then comedy ensued.
Yes, we were
Yeah,
arrested.
we were taken prisoner. Yeah.
Yep, we were taken prisoner.
By the way, for those of you watching who aren't experienced game masters, clearly what we did was we taught you the valuable lesson of never take players prisoner, because it will just disintegrate into absolute chaos and chicanery, because players can't handle being held prisoner ever. So
This is true.
So basically, while we were taken prisoner, another deal was struck between the head of this community of all female warriors, basically, and me again. And basically, they wanted to mate with me, breed with me, with their high queen or priestess. And in exchange, they, I guess, wouldn't kill everybody. And so I was taken away for this mating ritual while everybody else was stuck in the prison. And it took them forever bumbling around and arguing with each other to figure out how to escape. They did manage to knock out, the drunk captain of the guard came in, unlocked the gates. They took her prisoner again. It took them a long time, bumbling around like a bunch of Three Stooges.
Keystone Cops, thank you very much.
Do what now?
Need music for that. And that's pretty much how it went down. Yeah.
I was thinking yakety sax.
Yeah.
No, I can get a copyright claim for yakety sax.
Oh.
I can't get a copyright claim for entry of the gladiators. That's public domain, baby. Anyway, sorry. After the shenanigans or what have you, go ahead.
So meanwhile, back in the high priestess chamber, we were ready to make whoopee while the rest of the party broke into the chamber I was in.
Oh, not rest of the party.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
not
taking
everybody.
credit for this one.
Okay.
I cock blocked you, sir.
So some of the party came in.
Fighting Beastman at the Roadhouse? Fuck that. He's in the kitchen. Fucking Laurel's getting some? No, not on my watch, brother.
Struggle ensued. Come to find out, the priestess didn't really want to be there anyways, and so she wanted to come with us. So we took her with us. We escaped out of the city while fighting all the guards and people.
Well, they wouldn't fight because she was like their queen or whatever.
That's right. We kind of held her as hostage.
Yeah.
But we did get into a scrap towards the end there.
And she was finally like, "Get me the hell out of here."
Yeah. We got into a little bit of a scrap, but we were able to use her as kind of like a hostage, even though she was a willing hostage to get out of the city. And when we got out of the city, we went back into the forest, and I think we left off, if I remember correctly, being almost eaten by beastmen again.
You heard
No.
how
Oh, okay, we heard
It's the
beastmen.
house.
We're caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. It should also be worth mentioning that there was a lot of tension between Laurelin and Sir Gerard during the whole session, and who was going to take control. And Laurelin kind of threw up his hands and kind of let Sir Gerard take the lead, and it went sideways the whole session. So
yes, the classic. There's some moments like you really do need to go rewatch the complete degeneration of this competent A team into the Keystone Capers. It was hilarious. From such classic moments as Gerhard Bach standing looking at a wide open room full of people and goes, "Can I sneak around the room?"
My God,
that was brilliant. It's like I just in my mind was picturing Emperor's New Groove, because he's trying to sneak along the wall, maybe humming his theme music, and then of course Philip walking in and saying, "I want to speak to the man in charge." That was, oh boy. Anyway, now you are outside the town. You have their queen. You can hear howls. Night is upon you. What do you do?
I suspect we shouldn't spend much more time here and make haste out of this forest as quickly as possible.
Do you know where we are going, though?
Home?
Not an option, I'm afraid, young Ethan.
we're a long way from home.
We need to get to the lake on the other side of the mountains. So if we can find the direction of the mountains, I think that would be our destination.
A little difficult to do at this time of night, I would guess. I cannot see them. I thought you knew where we were going, Magic Man.
I'm going to use astronomy and navigation to see if I can figure out where we're going.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and pick one of them because you can't have both, obviously.
Can I see the stars?
Yes, you can. It's a lovely, clear night, actually.
Okay, we'll use astronomy. And I do pass.
Okay. So you guys are about here on the map. Okay? You're just into Escaine. Think about that. You've just entered the wilds of Escaine, and already all of this has happened. And you need to go to this island here in the middle of the lake, which is nestled between the two mountain ranges, which, make this whole area. So basically, north is your primary directive, and as long as you keep, hopefully, one mountain range to your left or right, you should be okay to follow that direction. Problem is that the old salt road is badly damaged here and not at all traversable in most places as you've seen coming in. There are vast amounts of overgrowth and undergrowth. And howling, well, there's that too. So minimum.
Okay, so I can tell what direction we're going?
Yeah, you know which way you need to go.
We need to go that way. And I start heading off in that direction.
I look a little confused because I don't quite know how you've done that, and I'm not entirely trusting.
I will say you can see Laurelin looking up to the sky, and he starts looking at stars and kind of squints and points in a general direction, starts walking that way.
I'll follow him.
Okay.
There were people amongst my people who looked at the stars. We didn't trust them. Lunatics, most of them. Most of them were hung because we associated them with lycanthropy. Those that look at the stars and the moon.
So your beast friend ignores everything that Devere just said and follows Bocht wherever Bocht goes.
So is it just me and Cody walking off? Or sorry, Lorelin walking off right now?
I'm with you guys.
Okay. The two
Yeah,
knights
I
are
also
not. The
follow
two
them.
knights are not. Oh, okay. You are. All right.
Perrin looks like we are following him again.
So he's, you know, you don't have horses anymore. He's kind of busy carrying a lot of your stuff. So he's just like this kid with like packs and stuff all over him. He's like, oui, chevalier. We go the way you tell me go. I follow you, chevalier. Oh, it's quite a lot of stuff. And,
Here, young man, give me some of that.
No, chevalier. I grow strong. I carry for you. It is okay. It is what I must.
No,
do.
Perrin. No, Perrin.
As you wish, chevalier. And he just drops everything.
We'll share it, half and half.
Okay.
And I'll pick up half the stuff. Say, come. Let's catch them
this
up.
mic has some issues, guys. I apologize. There, I'll put it right here. Now you'll hear me fine.
Sir De
Come on, young
Vere,
man.
looks like you're learning some humility. We may make a fine knight of you just yet.
Philip laughs heartily and slaps Navari on the back and makes some quirky joke that I would make.
I pretend I didn't hear what Navri just said.
And he says something about Sir Rusty, and then starts walking off on his way.
Then I pretend I didn't hear what Philip said.
That's fine. The young lady is following Lockwald, of course, your Cirrus of Stars. She's going where he goes. What's Bach doing?
Following him.
Okay. So pretty much everyone's going to outdistance you fast, Devere, because they didn't stand around and, pontificate about it. They just started moving. So you're going to have a gap growing, at which point you hear more howls closer than the last ones.
Come on, Param. Don't you slow me down.
No, Chevalier. You throw me to the wolf if needs. You save yourself.
No, that will not happen. Come on.
Okay, comme vous voulez. And he just keeps trudging along behind you, carrying what he can carry. Problem is, a lot of your stuff's going clank, clank, clunk, clink, clank. So you guys are quite noisy at this point in time.
We will completely ignore the fact that we're making a noise and try and catch up with the others.
Okay, so clink, clank, clink, clink. You guys can hear them coming up quickly, double stepping towards you.
How polite of you all.
I forgot her name for a second. Oh, sorry, go ahead, sir.
How polite of you all to wait for us. Oh, I'm getting the silent treatment now, am I?
Well, I mean,
I just keep walking.
This is what I get for laying my life on the line and slaying beast men that would have torn you all apart, is it?
How many did you kill?
The beast man kind of stops
More than you.
and turns his head back to look at you. And just starts walking because he's unimpressed to the highest level at this point.
More than you, young Kirby.
Well, thank you then.
And more than Navri as well, who seems to have a sharp tongue on him at the moment. I seem to remember Navri's bottle failing him at the key moment.
So they...
And I seem to remember your armor failing you, Sir Rusty.
My armor is fine.
Leans over to you, Laurelin, the queen lady, and she's just like, do they always do this?
Yes, quite often. Don't worry, you get used to it.
Well, that'll draw a lot of attention, and there are many things in the woods that would like to kill us. I understand you're making for Ambria.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, I might know the way.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Well, please, by all means. I'm a stranger to these lands, and you, after all, lived here for some time.
She's... The thing is she's dressed for the nuptial bed. Mm-hmm. So it's quite odd. Let's just say that you guys are kind of, it's odd. And she turns around and looks at the men, and she's like, perhaps one of you fine gentlemen has a cloak for a lady?
Oh, of course. I take off my big feathered cloak and drape it over.
She has a slightly sour look on her face as she gets the whiff of it, but she's like, thank you. Follow me. And she starts walking off into the woods, off the path right away.
Okay.
I follow.
Yeah, she actually knows where she's going.
Okay. So you're all following her. So she takes you on a twisty, windy, you're pretty sure it's doubled back a couple of times and hairpinned and what have you, path through this hilly, wildernessy tree type area. The howls are getting distant behind you as you go, which is really nice. It's less immediate, the threat of all these things. The forest has a lot of odor to it, especially for anybody who's a city person, like say Devere is or Ishmatar. It's very, very woodsy, and there are a lot of smells, and it's very wet. It's been a wet spring. The ground is squishy under your feet, which is, if you have crap boots, they're starting to get into your boots a little bit and make you feel like, things aren't going the best for you. And it's a slog. It's a lot of slog. So give me a constitution save, please. Sorry, physical endurance save.
All of us?
Yes, sir. If you have forced march, let me know.
Who did?
What do you use for a constitution save?
Just roll under it on a d20.
Okay, so
And remember, 20 no matter what.
I have forced march.
Okay, so since there's not really a rule for that, we'll just let you roll twice and take the better result.
Okay. Good. Yes, 4 on the 15.
Man without a camera for some reason. Iman.
Apologies, I was just getting my dice. I'm under. I got a 9.
Okay, everybody made it?
Good.
Nope, the old geek didn't make it. Devere didn't make it.
No, I rolled quite a lot over. I've got 11 and I rolled 18.
So by the time they come to a stop, Devere looks angry. He's got mud up to his knees. He's got a green stain on his cloak because he fell over at some point and landed on some wet, grassy type stuff, and it just streaked a big green splotch on him. Order delivered. The hell?
Your neighbor's got some good eats?
Yeah, okay, guys, I'm just going to go see if they left my groceries out for the public. I'll be right back.
No problem.
Yeah. Oh, no, he sent a picture. They're actually at my door. All right, give me 2 seconds.
You're good.
Keeps talking about groceries. I'm going to get hungry.
Keeps talking about groceries. Going to make me think of work.
I mean, it's 8:35 in the evening here. I had my evening meal 2 hours ago.
Well, tell us how the future is then, Mr. Future Man.
It's delicious food.
Awesome. I'm glad I got that to look forward to.
Yes. And a nice evening ale as well.
My wife gave me tea.
Oh, you know what?
It's as British as I'm getting right now.
You got a good idea there, Geek. I'll be right back.
What, get drunk for the game?
Hungar's here in spirit, if not in person. Very much here in spirit. I have your T-shirt on, Hungar.
That's a corrupting spirit. I don't know if we need that.
Yes.
Exercise the demons.
Yes.
Cat, I gave you enough treats. Go away. Stare at me.
What beer do you have there?
That's Yingling.
Yingling. Old speckled hen.
How was that?
It's one of these sort of. It's fairly mass produced now, but it's a decent beer. It's
Kind of beer is it?
It's a proper English ale.
Good deal.
Yes. 4.8% alcohol, English pale ale. Smooth and refreshing, bursting with flavour. It is a flavourful beer. I'll give it that. I've had it a lot. It's one of the fairly common now. Malachi, you've got yourself a beer as well.
Yes. It's called Mad Up. It's a local brew. It's from Christmas time.
Mad Elf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Holiday ale with cherries and honey. 11%.
Wow. So he's got a kick to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know Hershey's, right?
I've heard of the name Hershey's.
Yeah. Well, I lived near the company, and the brewery is actually near the plant and everything for Hershey's.
The loudest purr for such a tiny cat.
I've seen. I mean, some of our shops do have some Hershey's stuff in, but it generally gets ignored, from what I can see.
Not the greatest.
It's not.
I've never heard my kids.
To me, it tastes like vomit.
I've never heard my kids say, "Oh, look, shall we get some Hershey's chocolate?"
What kind of vomit do you have in the UK if it tastes like vomit?
We have proper chocolate.
Yeah, we have like real chocolate. So fake
I lived
chocolate
in
doesn't taste good at all.
Germany. Nah, give me the nice sugary nonsense. Not
only
paying
thing
all that extra money for that Swiss crap.
Oh, Swiss chocolate's fantastic.
Oh, Ghirardelli is good.
Swiss
So
chocolate.
I actually preferred the German chocolate. I think our crap here is actually too sweet, that milk chocolate nonsense, but I got to defend Merca.
Lint's pretty good. I've had theirs.
Lindt.
I think Lint's the best, in my opinion.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh,
It's
I only
lovely.
have to drive like half an hour to get some right from the plant.
Linda's deliver is delicious.
Done yet?
Yes, it is indeed.
All right, so looks like that's all taken care of. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so you basically stop at an overhang, and there's this little sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Not a valley, but like when there's a rift in the mountains. You know what I mean? Where there's like an
Crevice.
area. What? Not a crevice.
Crevasse.
This is canyon. I mean, it's like big.
Crevasse.
Crevasse.
A crevasse? Sure, we'll call it a crevasse. I think it's a little bigger than that, but that's what we'll call it. And you can see some ruins and stuff like that. And she's basically says, we can rest here for the night.
Oh, thank God.
It's safe. As you see Devere come staggering up, covered in mud and grass stains and you name it. Perrin, on the other hand, looks great. Despite carrying a bunch of stuff.
Perrin, first job in the morning is to clean this shit off my boots. Can't have it sort of setting in, finest quality leather. Finest quality leather, these boots.
Oui, chevalier. Oui, I understand. Je comprends. Dude, like the kid's gonna say no to you about anything, please.
I'm just going to essentially make camp, but I'm going to make sure that everything's, solid, secure. Not going to get wet, whatever. Not jumping in any pools.
Thank you.
Well,
Say it
you guys
again. I'm going to jump in twice.
There's you gotta go down into this area.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, there's old ruins in here. Like there was like a mountain keep or something, or maybe a villa. You don't know for sure.
Are there any water down here that I can clean my clothing at all?
I think there's an old well.
Oh. That would not suffice.
But once you guys climb down the rocky part and get to where it's more of a plateau, you see why someone would have built a keep here in the olden times. You have a majestic command of the entire valley from here. You can see as far as the eye can see. All of Escaine laid out below you. It's a good vantage point.
Good. Perrin, there's something I need to do. Would you be able to possibly ask the others if any of them has a quill, ink, paper with them?
Okay.
And I'm just going to take myself off a little bit away from everybody else and just sit,
Okay.
stare.
So again, there's this massive old keep behind you. Since Hungar was the keeper of the rerolls, I thought you guys might need some more, so here's one for each of you. Well, thank you, Law Dog. That's awfully kind of you. Look at that.
Woo,
you guys got
Law
5
Dog.
rerolls. I got 5. One each. Everybody has 1 reroll each. Thank you so much, Law Dog. We really appreciate that. It's very kind of you.
Not you. Don't get the reroll. Stop
So
it.
again, you've got this massive keep of ruins. Plateau area. You're in front of it. You're making camp in front of the ruins. Is that what you're doing? What? Give me some more details, guys.
Yeah. I stop in front of the keep.
It was good. Give me some more details. Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on if there's any steps on the ruins, any sort of boulder that is sticking out, suitable height to sit on. I'll be sat on that, pretty much staring up at the sky, waiting for Paran to come back, hopefully with a quill and some paper.
Okay.
How run down is the keep? Like, does it still have working stairwells or whatever? Can I get to a parapet or at least a walkway at the top? Or
So you're going to enter into the keep, is what you're saying?
if it's possible, yeah.
Okay. So yes, there's absolutely a way to enter into the keep.
Okay.
I will.
Yes,
I'm going to go
Malachi?
with him.
You're going to go with them. I'm going to start calling you by your character's names. Yes, Gerhard?
I'm going to go with Athane.
All right. So you and Athane are going into the keep itself. It's dark. Are you lighting torches, lanterns, something? It is nice.
Walk
You
slowly.
got something?
So no light. Okay. I'm gonna need.
Walking slowly.
It doesn't matter. It's pitch black at night.
Yeah.
Walking slowly means you just fall slower into the things as opposed to accidentally tripping over them. You're gonna have to give me PP checks -5 on your dice. Because +5 on your D20 roll because you're trying to roll under.
Give me a second.
You said 2 of them? Well, that's cocked, but I'll go with the worst number. So I already failed the first one.
Okay, so
Made the second
basically, well, we'll deal with the first one. How about we deal with that one?
You
first?
said 2, so I did 2.
No, I said PP rolls. I didn't say how many. You said 2, and I went sure. Okay, Gerhard, what'd you get? You failed it.
15 on a 13.
Okay, so as you step into the keep, you walk in, and like it's still got some roofing and walls and things like that. And as you walk, Athane trips over some bricks, and you trip right into the back of Athane, and the two of you just tumble onto the floor and the moss and the ruin and the brickwork and all that as the two of you just lie there. The second roll will count for your arrows not flying everywhere, Athane. You managed to not break your bow.
Broke my ankle. Ow!
Do you need
Get
a
off
second
me.
roll from me?
No, you're flat on your face after the first roll.
Okay.
Brush myself off. I'm still gonna keep my hand on the wall as best I can. I'm just gonna walk really
But as
tentatively.
you start to get up, you hear something scuttling around you in the darkness.
I'm gonna back up.
Meanwhile, outside, these two have gone wandering into the dark of the keep with no light. You see Perrin talking to Philip, then he runs over to Devere with a quill and ink. That's all he's got. Esmeralda is busy starting a fire and making food. The queen is sitting on a rock, rubbing her feet and bundling up in the cloak because it is night and it's starting to get very, very dark out. What's Iman doing? Iman, Navri.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Why is your camera off again?
I'm here.
We can't see you if we don't know you're there. What is Navri doing? I assume you heard everything we just said, right?
Yeah, I did. I was going to go with them, but I don't really want to. I think I'd rather just set up camp here.
So with who? Sorry, what did you say?
Sorry, did you hear me?
No, I didn't understand you.
I was considering going with those two, but I
Yes.
decided against it, and I'm just going to set up camp.
Set up camp. Okay, I heard sit with Canviri, and I'm like, who the hell's Canviri? What's going on? What happened to my
Sorry.
game? We're inventing NPCs. Okay, so you basically set up. So they're setting up camp outside. So Laurelin, you're aware of what's going on. 2 of them have wandered off into the keep. Everyone else is setting up camp and not paying attention. What are you doing?
I see them wander off inside the keep.
Yes.
If you'll pardon me, Your Highness, and I just kind of get up like nothing's going on, and I cast a globe of daylight in front of me.
Which does
and
what?
then it basically casts a big globe that lets off a bright light.
Fair enough.
And then I'm going to walk, and it follows me around wherever I want. So
Okay.
I just let it follow me in front of me. And
Philip sees what you're doing, and he comes running along because that looks exciting and fun.
Okay. And I'm going to go inside the keep and track down the other 2, make sure that they're not getting into too much trouble.
You don't get but 10 feet inside, and you see the 2 of them picking themselves up off the brickwork, but they're stuck. They were picking themselves up, and now they're like sort of stopped and looking around and almost like worried. You guys see a light, and you see Laurelin walk in.
What are you 2 doing?
Shh. Backing up.
Yes, you shouldn't have came here in the first place. Let's go.
What'd they do? Says Philip.
All right, we're leaving. Let us back away out of the keep.
Okay, I'll start. As you turn, just in time to see Philip being dragged up into the darkness, which is an impressive feat given his great Brian Blessed levels of girth.
I do not care who is between me and the door. Or the entryway, or whatever it is that brought us in here. I'm running out.
Getting out.
No, I grab on my say, stay close to me, and we'll go out together. And I cast energy field around all of us.
Okay,
And then we start moving out together.
As you cast energy field, you notice the shadows have covered the exit that you had. All the what faint bits of night light and moonlight and starlight that were coming in through the cracks are gone. It's perfectly black around the glow of your orb. Can you have 2 spells active at one time?
That's a good question. I am not sure. So I will let you decide that.
I'll allow it for now, but not for much longer because we'll move at the speed of plot, I guess, on this one.
I would imagine you can only concentrate on one spell at a time. You know what I'm saying? So that spell would stay up however long the duration is. And since I'm concentrating on energy field, it would
works for me.
Yeah.
As you watch the orb of light, you see darkness starts to surround it like tendrils and fingers, and then it starts to subsume the light into the dark, and then it vanishes, leaving you all in the pitch of black. Does your energy field have a visual component, or is it just an invisible energy field?
I'll check on that for you.
We lost him on.
Yeah.
It shimmers with blue-white light.
Okay, so all you now have is a blue-white light shimmering around you guys as you start to see.
Are we at a ley line?
Huh?
Are we at a ley line?
No, you're not.
Okay.
As you start to see yellow eyes opening in the shadows around you. At first 1, then 2, then 10, then uncountable amounts. And you hear this voice come out of the shadows.
To my home.
Well, thank you for having us. I am sorry for the intrusion, and if you don't mind, we will be excusing ourselves. A good evening to you, sir.
Who has come to my home?
Oh, well, pardon my manners. I am Laurelin Lockwald, magician, and these here are my compatriots, the young and Thane. And who else is there?
Balked.
Gerhard Balked. And our monk priest friend here, Philip. Hold your tongue, Philip.
Philip's gone, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He got grabbed up. Yep.
And then you hear a sickening wet thud. in front of you as the body of Philip drops out of the shadows and lands at your feet, illuminated by the blue glow, causing his already pallid, blood-drained skin to look even more pale and blood-drained. Okay.
Can we go?
Yeah, we are leaving.
You must feed me.
Well, I think we are even at this point.
Feed me.
You will be fed no more, and we are leaving.
Then you all are meat. And I'm going to need you guys to roll for initiative at that point in time.
Quick question, Bear. Would
Yes.
I have heard?
No, it's amazing how magic works. Now, I will let you make a roll on a d20, Devere, and let me know what you get. Oh,
15.
Skippy's back. Let me re-add Skippy.
Sorry, wouldn't be a session without my internet cutting out, would it?
That's
15,
all right.
and 15 is higher than all of my mental stats, so I probably haven't spotted or seen anything.
It has nothing to do with your stats. It's something else.
Okay.
So you're sort of sitting out. The stars are out. It's actually the cloud cover's burned off. It's turning out to be quite a nice bright blue night, and everything's really good. And you just sort of glance at the castle because you have fond memories from your time and as growing up in Pendra and seeing the castles in the nightlight and how beautiful they were, these nightly places. And oh my God, that's black. That's really dark. Like every window, every crack is jet pitch coal black.
I look around because I'm probably a little oblivious to what's been going on.
There's Navari, there's Esmeralda, there's that queen lady, there's Perrin, and where is Philip, Thane, Gerhardt, and Lockwald?
I call out, Philip.
You guys inside see, you hear almost like it's like coming through water, like right, and then you see the shadows sort of poke into the back of the unconscious or dead or you're not sure body of Philip, and then you hear the sickening crack of bones as it just sits up and then sort of stands and walks into the shadows. From your point of view, Mr. Devere, you see Philip come out of the shadows. His head sort of lolls to the side. Come on in! It's real nice in here! Everyone's waiting! And then he goes back into the shadows.
His head is lolling, you say?
Like it's like sort of like it's not on right.
Navri, has Philip been drinking again? Did you see him? Did you see him with his face in the wine earlier at all?
You don't see Navri anywhere. He's gone off to relieve himself in the bushes.
Oh. Philip, you've been drinking?
Come on in. It's real fun. We're having a great time. There's stuff and things.
I was trying to write a letter.
Come on in.
I have something important to do. I don't want to have fun right now.
Important here.
What's important, Philip? What's important?
Come on in. Meanwhile, inside, because you're just getting dead. Like there's no conversation being had, is what you realize, Devere. Is like this is it's like a repeating thing. Back inside, you see the body of Philip sort of turn, and it's now being the mouthpiece, and it goes, "You have violated my home. I offered you one, and you could leave. Instead, you have declined. Now all die." And now we'll go for the initiative inside. Now, I need to know how your energy field works, sir. Exactly how your energy field works.
Okay. So it lasts for 4 melee rounds. gives me 60 STC, and that's going to apply to all of us.
So it's just SDC?
Just STC. I hope
Be
we're
awesome
not
as-
using mega
I was
damage.
gonna say, it'd be awesome as MDC.
Yeah.
I'm in. Love it.
We're just
I'll
dead.
take it.
So it glows, gives him some SDC, doesn't do anything else. Okay. Initiative.
I got a 20.
Okay.
22.
20 total.
Okay. 22's up first. What are you doing?
I'm gonna hold my action for now because I want to see if Lockwald has anything planned.
Okay. 20s. What are you doing?
So what's standing between us and the exit?
Is this, well, you're surrounded by shadows. You have no idea where the exit is anymore.
Well, we
And
know
there's
it was in that direction.
Well, yeah, but you're completely in the dark. So in French, we have an expression, étourdi. You're a little turned around, you know? So you think it's in that direction, sure. But there's also a big animated Phillip in front of you.
Could I use sense direction to,
No,
sense?
because you have no frame of reference other than Phillip. So you can trust that that's the direction you need to go. But beyond that, there's nothing else for you to see to use sense direction with.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to turn to the others. We're going to walk out of here. If we are assailed, we might have to get into a fight.
Can we run instead?
We can run, but we all need to keep within this field.
Yeah.
We all need to keep pace with each other.
Okay, I'm pulling out my 2 knives.
Okay. Well, that was 20, where you had this lovely conversation and you all sort of did a lot of things you can't do in the round, but that's okay. We let it happen. But now on 19, it gets its turn. Each of you is being attacked by a shadow. You may attempt to parry or dodge as you see fit. Ithane, you are attacked by 14.
Okay, well, it makes more sense.
Hang on, let me go through everybody's numbers and then we'll talk about mechanics. Bach, you are attacked by 17. Oh, Cody, 21. All right, now go ahead and discuss what you think you should do.
If I don't see how I could parry a shadow, so I'm going to try to dodge it.
It's a tendril. It's a shadow. You could try. Just saying.
But as far as my character goes, that doesn't make sense. So,
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. You can use dodge.
use up that action for dodge. I rolled a 9 plus 6 is 15. Oh, thank God that beats the 14.
14.
I can't beat it.
17 on my parry.
It's enough as you try and parry it, as the shadow sort of pulls back from the blade. In fact, it not only pulls back from your blade, but it seems to like cringe from your blade. Buckwald,
I can't do shit. I'm taking it.
you're taking it
I can't beat a 21.
on a natural
Yeah,
20.
Well, if a natural 20 counts, I'll go for it.
Well, what's your dodge or your parry?
0.
Really? Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
Gandalf, roll that d20 and hope for the best.
Nope.
Okay, so it hits you. First things that happen is you're going to take 3d6 of cold damage that bypasses armor, but your magic will protect you.
Okay.
So that's going to be 14.
Yeah.
Second, the attack was past your armor, right? It was your AR rating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You need to make a save versus magic, -2.
What type of magic, though? Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of magic?
Well, I guess it would. What are the types available? And I'll tell you based on that.
I would assume it would be a spell. The other ones don't really make any sense unless it's a ritual.
No, it's a spell. It would be a spell. That would be the
All right.
closest thing. Yeah.
I failed.
You feel shadow enter your body. You feel a cold numbness go through every part of you. Your limbs become numb. And you find yourself no longer with them, but in this blue place. And there is in front of you a massive shadow with legs coming off of it, almost like spider's legs. Like it's massive. And it has a vaguely feminine female form to it. As you look at it, you realize it's like it's a spider, but like with the upper torso of a woman connected to it. And the webs that it's on are all shadows of bluish, purplish black, like it's really disturbing. And it steps down and it looks at you, and it's got 8 blue eyes. Its teeth are pointed. It's still vaguely human looking with jet black skin, but it is a monster, to say the least. You're actually pretty sure, based on your magical knowledge, this is some sort of demon or abomination or something from beyond the world. And it looks at you and goes, "You are made of magic."
I wouldn't say I'm made of magic.
Serve me and your friends will go free.
Well, you already struck us a bargain and didn't hold up to it, so I don't see how I could trust you now.
It cocks its head. Lies will not help you.
No lies. You said
no bargain was struck, human. I said give one and the other 2 could leave.
And we gave you one.
No, I took one. You gave me nothing, fool. Do not think your human words will work with me and your spells will not. You are in my domain now, and your soul will be mine. And your friends will be like the fat one, puppets of my web.
Well, it seems I don't really have a choice either way. You're going to take me no matter what. So if it's for the greater good of the rest of the party, I willingly give myself.
So it looks surprised. Truly.
Yes, true.
Surprised, man. And you feel in your chest a cold chill touch your heart. Like you feel it like ice frosting around the very organ. And for a moment, your heart stops beating. And then it starts again. And you're back in the room with these 2. The shadows are gone, stars and moonlight above.
Okay.
And the body of Philip is gone.
I would point out, I assume the energy field is gone?
At this point, yes. Any active spells you have gone off.
Yep.
What the hell?
His sword is causing you distress, Lockwald. You don't want to be near his sword. It's uncomfortable. It feels dangerous.
Well, am I in control of my faculties?
Yeah. I'm just saying, you feel this. This is literally how you feel. As you look at that sword, it causes anxiety inside you.
Is he still in that other realm, or what are we noticing here? Like, what happened with us?
All you saw was a flash, and the shadows were gone, and now you're all back in the open air.
Okay. Is there an energy field still around us?
Mm-mm.
No.
Great. I don't have to stay within it. I'm running out.
So you bolt out. Okay. So DeVere, as you're sort of looking around for Navari, who's coming back from the bushes, you see Ithane come bolting out, and that black.
What's happened to this image of Philip? Has it just disappeared?
So it went back into the shadows, right? And it was calling to you from within the shadows. But it's now the shadows are gone.
Ithane, what was happening in there? I saw Philip. He looked drunk.
I run out. I don't know how far away he is, but I'm running out probably good 20, 30 feet. Well, probably more like 30 yards.
Well, there's not that much room in this rill. You'll be out and into the valley if you go 30 yards. But, you got about 15, 20 feet for sure.
Okay. All right. Run out there, and I'm just turning around looking at the door with my knives out.
Okay.
Something scared you, young man?
First of all, I look out. How are you dressed right now?
I'm fully armed and armored still.
Okay. It's like, try your sword. Try it.
Try it on what?
You'll see. You'll see.
I draw my sword, grip my shield, and walk inside because I have no idea what to expect in there.
Yes, you start heading for the door. Meanwhile, inside, what were you 2 doing after Ithane ran out?
Mocked, I don't think it's safe for you to be around me or in here, I think you should leave.
Okay. I'm going to walk out.
So as you're walking out, Devere is coming in.
Devere.
What frightened the boy?
They came in here unwisely, and there is a creature here from another plane. Probably a demon or some other creature, and it seems that it has taken my soul. I would be alarmed. I would not blame you if you kill me. It would probably be wise at this point. Or you can go fetch Esmeralda, and maybe she can help me, because she's probably the only one.
So you are giving me permission to remove your head from your body, you, a magic man. You remember, in my realm, magic is punished with quite severely.
Yes. Well, the rules of your realm do not quite apply so much here.
So you have openly admitted to devilry.
I've admitted that I have succumbed to a devil that Fane and Gerpard surely would have been succumbed to if not for my sacrifice. And I'm willing to make another one if you feel that that's the right decision.
I look confused at this because I'm not the brightest and I've not seen what's happened, and I didn't trust Laurel in any way, but he's talking as if he's sacrificed himself.
So they've been having this conversation for this long, right? Okay, I'm trepidly walking forward back towards the entrance because
I'm hanging out, but I'm just outside the entrance for all this.
Okay, well, okay, so I see you. Okay, well, that's beneficial. I'll walk toward Bach, but not too crazy, just arm's reach, whatever, And I want to poke my head in and see what's going on. Are they dying, or what's happening here?
Ithane. Is what Laurelin has told me true, that he has given his soul to the devil realm?
What? Why do you keep saying that about magic?
That is what he has just said to me. Is that right, Laurelin?
That is absolutely correct. I have sacrificed myself to some kind of dark creature from the abyss in order to save you all.
Well, I didn't see any of that.
It's probably not safe for me to be around unless somebody can remove this possession from me.
Kirby, are you saying Lauren is lying? I mean, you were in here with him.
Well, I didn't see any of that, but I did. Did you see the creepy shadows?
I did see the shadows. And Philip came out.
Yeah, they tried to wrap around us. They were, I don't know, one of them attacked us.
Philip looked like he'd been drinking. Where is he?
He's gone.
Huh?
Philip is dead.
So, Bach, you've gone back inside?
I'm outside the doorway.
Okay, so you're not getting Esmeralda.
Oh, shoot.
Okay,
He's like,
no, I didn't get him.
So you're going to get Esmeralda.
Yeah, at this point, I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, I'm very good at it.
Okay, so you're
Philip Philip came walking out of the building. I saw the darkness in the building. That I can believe. But Philip came walking out of the building. His head was odd. He was repeating himself. I assumed he'd been deep in the cups.
Philip was grabbed by the darkness and splatted. Can we talk about something else?
We do not need to hang around this place much longer. We need to get out of here and we can make a decision elsewhere.
It sounds like you need to stay in this place and the rest of us need to leave.
Wait, what?
That is probably wise.
Then you shall stay here.
I will. And you have to lead the rest of the party where they're going.
Wait, what?
Marlon. I'm turning and walking out.
What is going on?
So on that, we'll cut to Bach walking over to where Esmeralda is, and she's just sitting there preparing food.
Excuse me, Esmeralda. Laura Lynn would like to see you inside the keep. What?
No big deal. It was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. It was just the way you said it was so, excuse me, pardon me, sorry. It was nice. So she sort of looks at Perrin and, says, watch this. And then she goes, okay, are you going to show me in or do I go myself?
I'll walk over with you.
As she starts walking with you, you notice she's like at least an inch taller than when you met her. And you do notice that silver lock of hair that she didn't have when you met her.
Yeah. She's a kid.
You walk
She's growing
around.
up.
Quickly.
Yeah.
So you walk in and she, Devere comes walking out as you guys are walking up again. So you and Devere pass one more time.
I don't
She
even
walks in.
acknowledge him.
Looks at you.
Who does?
Lockwald looks at you. She looks at you, Lockwald.
No.
Okay.
Was it the only way?
I feel it was.
Thane, are you inside with them?
Yeah, when Devere walked by, I'm just kind of what the. I didn't move. I'm just pretty much standing there looking at Laurelin, looking at Devere, looking at.
So Devere left.
Yeah. Well, then Kirby's confused, so I'm gonna stay there. I'm just gonna see how this plays out.
So she goes. She looks at Bocht and Kirby. Could you leave, please? I must speak with Lockwald alone.
That's fine.
Okay. Whatever.
Come on.
What's he talking about? Demons.
He saw something we didn't see.
Well, yeah, he had light.
I don't think it was just the light.
So you guys walk out, and she's in there with you. Can I show you through my eyes?
Of course, if you feel it's safe.
Of course. And she just sort of touches your forehead with her finger and says something in her Jito language. And then you have a inverse sudden view of the room and you see yourself. But the thing you also realize is that it appears she sees the world all the time, or at least at this moment in time, the way you do when you roll back the veil. And you can see yourself standing there, and there's shadows sort of moving around you, but there's a massive shadow behind you with like spider legs coming out that seems like it's on your back almost. And then she breaks it, and you're back to normal vision with her. You are the wise man. What do we do?
Well, I do not feel it's safe for me to accompany the party any longer, and unfortunately, you might have to find another wise man. Unless you can do something about this. Because I cannot.
It's beyond my power. Who's living on a raceway? Oh, you weren't kidding when you said it was a Chunder night. All right. I don't know what to do, Lockwald. The stars did not show me this.
Well, from my experience, the stars don't show you everything.
Stay here. I will tell the others, and we will see what they decide. And she just looks very sad as she walks out back to where everybody is outside. And she just goes and she sits by the fire and just waits. What are the rest of you doing?
I have my symbol of my faith in my hand, in my left hand, and in my right hand I'm leaning. I'm sitting on a rock. In my right hand I've got the quill and pen, and I'm writing that letter that I sent to you in Discord there.
Okay.
Dane is standing. We were told to go away, Bach, and I walked away wherever he went. But I've been looking back at that entranceway the entire time, kind of like somebody kind of waiting at like an emergency room of a hospital, so to speak. Just like, what's going on here? So when I see them walk out, well, if she walks out, I'm not going to do much. But if I see Laurelin walk out, I'm going to run up there.
I don't know. Is Lorlin walking out or is he staying inside?
No, he stays inside.
Then I'll wait.
And she, like I said, she just sits by the fire and looks very sad.
Maybe we should go talk to her, the Thane.
What?
I don't
Okay.
think Laurel's coming out right now.
Well, I should talk to him. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run up to the doorway, but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna peek my head in. First of all, is Laurelin there?
Yeah, he's sitting on the
Okay.
ground with his eyes closed.
All right. Are there any demon shadows?
Not that you can see.
That I put one foot in,
Demon shadows. No, I'm kidding.
then I put the other foot in. I look around. All right, I haven't been attacked, and I'm not tripped. I'm like, Laurelin.
I open up my eyes and raise my head. Thane, it is not safe for you here.
It's not safe for you either.
It's not safe to be around me. I suggest you go back to the others, and hopefully you've learned your damn lesson about wandering off in strange, unknown places.
Yeah, like a skein. Look, you brought us here. Now you can keep bringing us through this mess.
I cannot, unfortunately.
Why? Because you got touched by some black goo?
No, because I am possessed by a dark creature.
Oh, you're just listening to DeVere too much.
No, DeVere's right in this case, unfortunately. I'm a danger to you all. You must leave me behind, and you must continue on.
That just seems silly to me.
Silly or not, it is what me, your leader, and your wise man is telling you.
Well, luckily for me, I can be quite annoying. So I'm going to sit down right next to you and treat you like I did my mom when I didn't get my way.
You can do as you wish, but I'm telling you right now, it's not in your interest.
I start singing some childhood song.
Well, you could sing "The Goblin Stole My Hat," which is the most popular song in the West. So,
There you go.
so he starts up a rousing chorus of "The Goblin Stole My Hat," which you guys hear outside. Is now you can hear a Thane. How does a Thane singing? Is it any good?
I don't have a skill in it, so unless you're gonna go directly on my mental affinity.
Sure, we'll use your MA.
Okay. On this, oh yes, I made it by 7.
He's doing a pretty good job, and he's singing "The Goblin Stole My Hat," which everybody knows the lyrics to. Esmeralda starts crying quietly.
I'm going to walk over. I'm going to sit down by where she's at. My sword, the shadows do not like my sword.
She looks at you, teary-eyed but wide-eyed. They don't.
It attacked. I went to parry, and it recoiled from it.
She's, I think I'm taking self-destructs. Do not leave.
I will not.
And do not let anyone attack him. Navari, what are you doing in all this?
I've heard a Thane's wonderful song, and I've come to see what all the commotion is about.
You want to join in, you know it.
You see a Thane sitting beside Lorland, who I don't know what Lorland looks like, but a Thane sitting there singing happily away.
And if only Philip was here.
And I've not seen these ruins or this thing before, so I'd sort of peer my head in, sort of cautiously. Go, Thane, is that you singing?
Yeah, come on in.
Do
Who else
not
is in there
come
with
in.
you?
Take a Thane with you and leave.
Laurelin, is that you?
Yes,
What are you doing
it
in
is
there?
me. Leave me here. I am
He's-
possessed by a damn demon.
He's pouting because DeVere has been giving him crap.
I could probably hear this, Matt.
Oh.
Sorry. I will shout over my shoulder. What did I tell you several days ago and several days before that? Magic is evil. Now he's just proven it.
What has he done that's evil?
He's used sorcery.
Yeah, he made a light bulb.
He's done more than that.
What's a light bulb?
I meant to say ball, but I said bulb.
He's done more than that. He's admitted to being a wizard.
That's a crime.
Parent, do you think you could get enough dry sticks? There's only one way to deal with witchcraft.
So Perrin looks conflicted for the first time ever. He's very wet, Chevalier. The wood is wet.
Okay.
I go look, and he gets up and starts heading into the woods by himself at night to find dry sticks so you can burn a witch.
Navari, can you talk some sense into him? I know he's not going to listen to me. I'm just going to sit here and be annoying to him until he walks out.
All right, so I'm not going to sit with them, but I'll just sort of approach them with caution and say, Laurelin, what is everyone talking about?
And the goblin stole my hat.
Can you imagine that?
What are these dark forces that Devere and you are mentioning? What has happened in here? Anyone?
Oh, I'm singing. Sorry, what?
I was just asking what dark forces are Devere and Laurelin referring to?
There's a demon in here, and it has taken hold of my soul.
How did this happen?
Because younger Fane here is an idiot and wandered into a place he should not have been again. And you have
just look at Thane.
It's got a roof.
Thane, did you not learn before? What
I
happens when
didn't
you do
jump
things?
in a pristine pool. This had a roof. I was going to check it out. Maybe I'm demon possessed.
No, you're not.
Laurelin, what did?
He froze up.
Yeah, he did freeze up.
He's demon possessed.
He's possessed. Burn him.
Pretty soon, Devere is going to burn us all.
Malus Malefactum. So, meanwhile, outside, she's like, it fears your soul.
There we go. My connection's back.
It does.
She just gets up and starts walking away, looking like she's in thought.
I'm going to use my lore of demons to see if I know any way I can, what specifically this demon is, and if there's any way that I could get rid of this possession.
Okay.
Possible?
Find out.
While he's deep in thought and probably not listening at all, I'm still meandering, but I was like, look, if you're demon possessed, we have to help you then.
That's actually what I'm meditating about. I'm trying to recall all this knowledge stored up in my head, and I did pass.
You know which demon this is.
Okay.
Anastasi, the Spider Queen of Shadows, who weaves webs of deceit and dishonesty and distrust and feeds on the souls of man, turns people against each other, manipulates those who are weak-willed. Now you've given yourself over to her willingly.
Okay.
As for how to potentially defeat her, that's a bit of a harder roll without a library handy. So give me another roll, but with a -10.
I failed that one.
You're like, you got nothing specific for her. You might want to take some time and think about demons in general, but for her specific, you have nothing.
Well, I'm just going to continue to meditate on the subject.
Okay.
And I'm going to continue to annoy him on the subject.
All right. Well, in that case, I was waiting for you to say that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take 2 minutes and 48 seconds of everybody's life. And this is what Ethane is singing. So without the musical accompaniment.
In a village there's a handyman who fixes all the things he can. Why's the barn still leak like that? He'll shrug and say, the goblet stole my hat. Can you imagine that? The goblet stole my hat. The widow's spreads flat on the ground. Our handyman, he can't be found. Why is it not fixed? You said you'd do that. He sighs and says, the goblin stole my hat. The goblin stole my hat. Can you imagine that? The goblin stole my hat. It's not a great mystery. The goblin scampers up a tree. With yellow eyes that are so sly, steals the hat, then away he'll fly, leaving every job undone. For him this is tremendous fun. Can you imagine that? The goblin stole my hat. Can you imagine that? The goblin stole my hat. The tavern door's been off a week. Our handyman sleeps by the creek. There's the door, the wind's blowing flat. He snores and says, the goblin stole my hat. The goblin stole my hat. Can you imagine that? The goblin stole my hat.
My childhood was very sheltered, apparently.
Iman's left. He's back. Bear, you muted.
He's like, nope, that witchcraft song is too much for me. Goblins stealing hats. Nope. Nope. Not having it. There's a whole other couple of verses, but I figured I'd cut it short for everybody's benefit. Iblis lays arts. I can't. Okay, well, then don't. I'll just tell you. All right, so that's what he's singing, annoying the crap out of Laurelin, which is making it hard for Laurelin to concentrate, by the way. Meanwhile, outside, Ismaray is walking around just trying to think. The queen chick is just watching all of this with like absolute fascination on her face. Perrin's gone into the woods to find dry wood with which to burn witches, and Sir Devere's doing what exactly?
Sir Devere's finished writing his letter. He gives it a little shake in the air to dry the ink. Rolls it up, and then remembers that he did say to Perrin that he'd share the burden 50-50. So he goes into the woods to find Perrin. Perrin, have you found any wood yet? Perrin? Damn, where is that boy? I've just written such nice things about him as well. Perrin! Perrin! He's going to be in so much trouble now. I'm almost tempted to take my letter out and cross out all the nice things I've just written about him. Perrin!
So now you guys can hear Devere wandering around yelling Perrin at the top of his lungs.
Oh, shit. Navri, can't you Lord Sir this in making him do his job?
I mean, you're talking about Laurelin, right? Laurelin's the leader of the party. Like, I can't make him do anything, really. I mean, I could only advise him.
Oh, he's like a Duke King or something? Okay. Duke Laurelin. It does have a ring to it.
So there's no sign of Perrin in the woods.
Not yet. You're busy walking around. Hey, Bocht.
Yeah.
You're sitting there, right? And the fire's crackling away, and Suddenly there's a mug in front of your face, like a pewter tankard. Which are being handed out to you.
What's handing it to me?
You look, and that dwarf that you saw in the weapons shop back at the fair is holding out a mug.
I'm taking the mug. Like, what the hell?
You look like you could use a drink. I thought maybe you should have a drink.
Where did you come from?
I'm always with you.
You're in the sword, aren't you?
Ah, you're a smart one, boy chick.
Any suggestions right now?
Oh, you're good and properly fucked. That's what you ought to know.
Yeah. Kind of
Oh,
figured that out.
A bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
You're a wise man? Not so wise. You're a knight commander? Not so commanding.
Yeah.
The fallen Templar? Yeah, you got that down pat.
Oh yeah, I do that. I do.
And then you got Boboy, the smartest one of the lot of you. And you all ignore him all the time.
Well, who?
The boy. The one that the boing boing, 2 daggers. Hey, look at me.
Boing, boing.
A Thane?
What?
You mean a Thane?
That's his name?
Yeah.
Hey, boy, his parents didn't love him, that's for sure. And then this one, he points over at the queen. Why you let her bring you here? I will never understand. That was the stupidest thing you did. This woman was going to kill you all, sacrifice you all, and then you bring her with you and say, oh, lead us the way now, lady, we trust in people. I don't get you all. But, yeah. And then he reaches up and he just kind of does that to your forehead. Use that for more than a place to keep your helmet. Think, boy, think.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going back to sleep now. Let me know how it works out.
All right.
And then he's gone.
The mug's still there?
Nope.
Damn it.
Huh? Hello, you little bastard. Where are you?
You hear this noise just behind your ear, and it's this. Shh. Stop announcing us to everything for miles. And you can smell your box beast friend's fur right behind you.
What have you done with Perron?
Idiot. I'll find him. Go back to the fire where you belong.
Why should I answer to you? I will come with you. He's my squire. Whatever has taken him, I will fight it. If anything has taken him, and it had better not be you or one of your kin.
He just shakes his head. Do what you want, human. And just walks off into the woods.
I'll follow him.
Okay. You very quickly realize being a fully armed knight in the woods versus being a beastman in the woods is a very different experience for both of you. And within a short period of time, you've lost him in the woods. But now you're pretty sure you're lost in the woods.
Oh my God.
Malachi, please have an extra reroll just for that reaction. That was genius.
Thank you.
I'm changing my tactic with Lauren a little bit. I'm no longer singing because the song gets boring. But now, whether he's listening or not, I don't care. I'll be talking to myself. But yeah, so we'll get rid of the demon. That's what we'll do. I mean, we'll go. We'll find this crown or book or all these other things, and we'll get rid of the demon. We'll swim across the ocean if we have to. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we're here for, right? You set this up. We're supposed to be here to go be heroes. Well, let's be heroes and let's go do this thing. Whatever. Yes.
DeVere is not a bright person.
You think so?
Like, you use your magic. He'll use his sword, and Bach uses bigger sword, and we'll take care of this. We'll do this. Let's we're okay. We're okay. There's no problems here.
We are not okay, Thane. But if you quit your blabbering and your singing, I'm trying to think.
Oh. About what?
How I can remove this creature from my soul, if it is possible.
Of course it's possible. You have
But
magic.
I
All
do
things
not
are
think it
possible.
applies for you and Navri to be here. I would remove yourself from this place while you still have time.
You're not going to kill yourself, are you?
I will probably kill you first.
Oh, well, then we're okay. I'll keep annoying him for a couple more minutes, and I'm going to get bored and leave. Tired anyway. It's still the same day since I've been kissed by a demon, walking into a city or a village of women, running through halls of people that wanted to get him laid. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm finally getting tired.
Well, it's been a few days overall, but that's okay.
Well, no, that was the night. Well, unless it took us days to travel here. That was the nighttime where we were trying to rest when the whole thing happened last
Oh,
session.
that's a good point. Yeah, since then, yeah. But since this whole adventure started, it's
Yeah.
been about a week. Yes, the Columbo method, exactly. One more thing before I go, demon. You said...
Oh, I gotta watch some of that. Anyway,
I'm going back to the fire then.
So, you go sit by the fire beside Bocht. Devere wanders around the woods, trying to find his lost squire and figure out where the hell he is. And Navri just seems like he's just doing nothing for the day, it looks like. He's just watching people, looking at things. Ismare is still pacing and talking to herself in the Jito language now in a hushed whisper, like she's trying to think things through. Bocht is... are you looking at your sword? Are you staring at the fire? What are you doing, Bocht?
I'm trying to figure out where the idiot went.
So now,
Right here.
now Bocht is glancing around like this as you sit beside
No,
him.
I'm not glancing around. I'm more like,
That's literally glancing around. What you just did with
No.
your face.
I didn't see what you did. I'm sorry.
That's glancing around, sir. But that's right. So he looks like he's preoccupied about something as you sit down at Thane.
Are you thinking too?
I'm trying to figure out where our wonderful, intelligent knight went.
Oh, he's sitting by Laurelin.
I was being sarcastic. Let's talk about Sir Devere.
Oh. Where was he last seen? I thought he was out here.
He went to look for a squire who he sent out for wood to burn a witch.
So that was him screaming. Who's the witch?
Laurelin.
That lady?
Laurelin.
Go on.
He's got a demon inside of him.
Why is who cares?
No. There was a demon inside the building we were in. He made a deal, from my understanding, to save us.
He told you this?
No, judging by what I told Esmeralda about my sword, I am thinking there's something going on that maybe she can figure out how to help Loreline out.
Well, no offense to her, she's been pretty cool, but she's a kid.
These are things that she knows more about than I do.
Then why isn't she taking us to where we need to go?
Because Laurelin knew where to go. Knows where to go, I should say.
You see the dilemma here? And I get up and just walk away.
No, I perfectly understand it. Laurelin knows where we're going. However, because you and I decided to take a detour that we shouldn't have.
Walking away.
Damn kids.
Where did I hear him screaming Perrin from? I know it's a general direction. I'm not looking for
The
foot.
woods.
All around our
The
campment.
surrounding woods.
Okay.
You literally heard him wandering around in the woods yelling it.
Well, without going too deeply in there, I hope, I'm going to just kind of walk the periphery and see if I hear him
Cool.
screaming some more.
Don't go into the forest. I don't want anybody else lost. The Beastman knows what he's doing. Nobody else really does.
Where's he been?
He's been doing his thing. He knows what he's doing. This is his kind of
Wait.
land. He can
Where is he?
handle himself.
Did he tell you this?
Yeah, when we were locked up, he
Because
did.
where has he been?
He's been watching us, probably making sure that we're okay.
Why is nobody telling me these things?
Well, honestly, I'm just guessing because he's been cool with me so far. Well, he's been good to me so far, I should say.
So he, in theory, could have, I don't know, eaten Perrin.
I don't think so.
Work with
I
me
think
here. He could have. You don't know. I'm going to go look for Sir Devere and Perrin, and you can come with me or not. I'm not going far in there. If I don't see him within a reasonable distance.
Do not go beyond that you can see me.
Yes, Dad.
Yes, sir.
So, Devere, you're wandering around the woods lost, trying to figure out where you are, trying to figure out where Perrin is, when you hear this sound coming through the trees up ahead.
I draw my sword
Okay.
and try to sort of get into a position where there is some moonlight in front of me. 'Cause you said it was a bright night.
Yeah, but you're in the forest. There's a canopy.
If there's any break in the canopy, I'm looking for it to try and see if I can get somewhere where there's some moonlight which can possibly illuminate in front of me. Probably desperately, but there's no one around for me to demonstrate my fear to. So I'm quite happy to appear to be scared.
There's no one around for you to belittle, so you can feel better about yourself. Yes, we understand.
Yes, quite. And I'm going to be there. I'm to be honest, I'm absolutely shitting myself. But it doesn't matter. Anyone sees it because there's no one there. So I'm there. Come at me, whoever you are, whatever you are. Come on.
You can still hear it happening up ahead.
I'll edge forward then. Edge forward slowly towards the sound.
So as
And
you
I'm going to
sort of-
shout. Perrin!
then you hear
Perrin! Have you got Perrin? Whatever you want.
Are you still moving forward?
Edging very, very slowly forward.
You poke your head around a tree and you see something that makes the red pants brown. Give me a horror save versus a factor of 14.
No.
There is a
I'm glad no one's
creature.
watching.
There is a creature. It has milky, mottled white skin, large taloned hands, tufts of fur at its wrists, at its neck, at its ankles, bump-like spine leading down to a short, stubby tail, and a face that has the yellowest, reddish colored eyes, like just this weird color of yellowy red, and a mouth that is just a mass of tendrils, and they are dripping with blood and guts as it's been feeding on something. And all you can see up from under the ground where it's been feeding is an arm, just an arm. And then it's hard to make out, but you think that looks like a human arm. This thing is probably at the shoulders 6 feet. It's a big thing. and it's looking straight at you now. And you just failed your horror factor save, which means you stand there staring at it.
Yeah.
As it's charging towards you and attempting to attack you. And I believe, and someone can correct me on this, when you fail a horror factor check, can you do shit?
You checking Cody too?
Yeah, look at them. I love it. They're all looking it up. Yay! That's
No, because I can't remember. I can't remember if you can defend or not. But
Yeah, that's what I want to know, if you can do.
Yeah, I can't remember. what
I know.
did
I know you
last
can't
session.
attack.
You can't attack. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I want to know if you can defend.
Yep.
Before I drop this lovely D20. Lose first attack and initiative for that round, says Law Dog.
Okay.
Is that from the rules, or are you just making it up, Law Dog?
He
Go your
knows
way.
his stuff. He knows his
Does
stuff.
he know?
That's
All right,
probably
if
right.
that's what it is. So you lose first attack and initiative for the round. So you can defend. I suspect you can, in fact, shit.
He already has. Don't do anything.
No, he cannot defend.
Read the roll.
Yep. A failed roll means the character is so overwhelmed that he or she is temporarily stunned. In game terms, this means the character loses initiative, loses one attack melee action, and cannot defend himself against the creature's first attack for that melee round.
Well, its first attack is a grand total of 24.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. As it charges up and basically just like it launches itself at you, knocking you to the ground, and then shoves its face into your chest and basically punches into your armor. Oh boy. (22 SDC). Oh wait, that went past your armor because it beat your AR.
Yeah,
So what? It's off your personal SDC. How much do you have?
49.
Okay, well, you just lost 22 of it as it tackles you to the ground and literally just rips the breastplate straight off of you, like snapping the leather ties that strap it on. It just rips those off and is now trying to eat through the padded undershirt. That's its first attack. You've lost initiative and you've lost your first attack. It will get its second attack, but you can try and defend to this. Okay? It draws its head back, and on an 18 goes, and it opens, and you see all of these tendrils open now, and there is a circular mouth of teeth, like almost like a lamprey or an eel type of thing. And then it drops its head down to try and attack you again. You can try and defend against an 18. What will you do?
I'm going to try and parry, and that is a failure.
So you sort of try and bring your sword up, but it just is too fast, and it hits you again. 4, 6, 7. 19 SDC.
Okay.
You now have an attack. What would you like to do with it?
I'm going to try and drive my sword into that mouthful of tendrils.
Okay. Give me a roll.
That is 16 total.
You succeed. Give me your damage.
My damage. My damage isn't great. 8 points. 8 points.
So you manage to get the sword up, you sort of drive it in. It clips off one of the teeth and just rips through the side instead, causing this black Icarus blood to spew out, pouring down on you. It makes this howl noise. Everyone can hear this noise. It echoes across the valley. It is a massive, painful howl in the woods. Before we continue with Devere, what are you guys all doing when you hear this?
Well, not going that way. That sounds dangerous.
That could be Devere.
Well, he's not
He
there.
doesn't
I'll
scream
turn and
like
look
that.
in the direction.
Yeah, fair.
You two aren't next to each other. Stop it. One's at a fire, the other's in the woods.
Yeah.
Or at the edge.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to head toward the sound cautiously.
Okay, well, we'll let you know what happens when you get there cautiously. What's Navari doing?
Yeah, I'm still with Laurelin at the moment, but I'll turn when I hear the sound and I'll draw my sword and I'll start walking towards it.
Okay, so you can take a leisurely stroll as well. Ethane, what are you doing?
Well, am I heading in the direction of that scream sound, kind of ish?
We'll say yes.
We'll say no.
So
And,
you're turning around and back in the fuck
Not
off.
running, but I'm definitely heading back. The fire sounds a lot safer at this point.
Okay. Sorry, Devere. We're going to have a couple more rounds of this shit before anybody shows up. So let's get down to it, son. Let's roll our initiative for the next round.
Okay. $14.
Oh, you beat it. It has a 7.
Is my sword still stuck in its maw?
No. You tore it clean through.
Right. Tore it clean through. So
Like you cut its cheek open type of thing.
I'm going to attempt to slice some tendrils off then.
Okay. Give me a roll, please.
Oh, that's better. That's good. That is 19.
19. It does not parry. Give me your damage, please.
My 2d6 has just netted me 3 points of damage.
So you managed to like clip a tendril off and it just looks pissed. And it's now going to go claw on you because it's clearly now fighting for its life and not a meal anymore.
It should be.
It gets a grand total of 7 and 20. Not a dirty 20, not a natural 20.
Okay. I'm parrying. Oh, total of 9 on my parry.
First one's good. Now for the 20.
Okay. All right. Okay. Brilliant. Oh. You say you got 19, did you?
I said I got 20.
Oh, ball. Oh, 18.
Oh, well. So that one hits.
Yeah.
Oh, 15 points SDC past your armor.
That goes into my hit points then.
So you, as it cuts you open, opening up your chest like you have a rend right across your chest now.
Yeah.
You hear something coming fast out of the woods, heading towards you. But you have another attack. What are you doing with it?
So it's laid into my chest. So I'm gonna. Is it still attached to my chest, or is it just?
No. You managed to get the head back and all that. So it's just sitting on you now, and it's attacking you from a grounded position.
Okay, I'm gonna try and drive my sword up through its neck. If it has a visible neck of any sort.
Please
Aiming
remember
for the Adam's apple.
And by the way, guys, please remember there were 4 rerolls from the previous game, and you each bought an extra one today. So keep that in mind, guys.
I've actually got 2 stopped over from the previous session.
Well, there you go. Look at you.
Right, so I'm going to use these now.
Well, let's go for the attack.
I'm going to try and drive my sword into its neck.
Okay.
I'm going to take a reroll on that.
What'd you get?
One of mine. That's better. That's 16.
16. It does not parry. Go ahead and give me your damage.
Can I take a reroll on damage if necessary?
No, but what you can do, I will make a special deal with you right now if you're interested. For every reroll you sacrifice, I'll let you add a die.
Oh, well, I've just rolled a 6 with my first D6. And
Do you want to sacrifice some of those rerolls you're sitting on?
Yes, I will. Yes,
How many? You have to tell me now. How many do you want to sacrifice? Just one.
One.
All right, go for it.
Yeah. 6 and 1 and 5. 12 points.
12 points. So you managed to like cut through the clavicle area up through this area. You managed to cut it open and it howls again. At which point you see out of the woods the beast man come flying, and he's all teeth and claws as he comes flying at it. And you can see behind him Perrin standing against a tree watching with wide eyes. Oh, it gets a natural 20 on its parry as it just catches the beast man in the air by his throat with its claws and does 3 dice 6 to it. He has to make a save. He does not make a save. That goes straight to the hit points. Oh! When I said catch him by the throat, what I meant was impale him on its claws at the throat. As you see the beastman hit it and then just twitch and go limp, and he just sort of throws it down. But that does give you a window of opportunity for an attack.
Okay. I will scream no and try and drive my sword aiming for where its liver would be.
Sure, going for a vitals attack. I love it.
11.
Okay. It does not parry, and you did beat its armor.
Phew. 6 and 3, 9 points.
I love you, Grizzly Beardo. So you managed to get the sword in and through as it howls now. You've done a lot of damage to this thing, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it just sort of staggers off of you and staggers back, holding, sort of clutching at its side, where you can see this black ooze is pouring out of it.
Perrin, get back to the camp. Get back to the camp. It's an order.
Okay. Box and Navri, in your casual meandering into the woods, you can eventually start hearing the sound of fighting happening. Does that quicken your pace, or are you still casually heading over there in a... I don't know what you guys
we'll look at each other and go, we need to hurry up.
Listen, I will never teleport your character somewhere. I will never tell you what you're doing, but I will take what you say as gospel for your characters. So, you hear the sounds of battle. What do you do?
I'm gonna start running.
Okay, Navarre?
Yeah. I'll also do the same.
Okay, you guys burst out of the clearing. You see Devere up on one knee with his sword sort of in the dirt trying to stand up. He's bleeding profusely from his chest. And there's this great hulking creature, and it's sort of sitting on its haunches, and it's just going and breathing heavily as it's bleeding profusely from its wounds. And it looks like both of them are just going to die from bleeding out at this point in time. What do you do? Oh, and you also see the dead beast man.
I'm gonna get between the Devere and the beast.
It just looks at you like it has no fight left in it. Nymphry, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to run up to the beast and try and stab it through its neck.
Okay, give me a roll to hit, please.
D20, yeah?
Yes, sir.
That is a 12.
Well, it has severe penalties to defend because it's mortally wounded. And it does not defend. Give me your damage, please.
What is that? 2d6.
I don't know. It's your character sheet, boss. Yes, you're no longer a newbie. Now you must learn to play. Ha ha ha.
If you've got a sword, it's probably 2d6 plus whatever your damage bonus is at the top of your sheet.
That would be exactly what he has.
Yep.
See, I've learned some
Damage
rolls.
What kind of sword do you have?
I see it, yeah. Okay. So it's 2d6 plus 1. It's a 5 and a 4 plus 1, 10.
10. As you plunge the sword down through its neck on like one of those downward angles and then pull it out as the blood goes and that black stuff sprays and it just sort of goes and then just sort of collapses on itself like it's dead. Devere, I need you to give me a death save. We'll just call it a Constitution roll of 12 or higher on a D20, please. Use your PE modifier if you have one.
PE modifier. My PE is 11. I don't believe
You have no modifier.
No,
Nope.
and
It would have to be 16 or higher to have a modifier.
I've rolled 10.
As Devere, you hear Devere go, and then you hear the crash of him falling onto the leaves, and you hear from behind Perrin go, "No, Chevalier, no!" Meanwhile, back in the temple, meditating Laurelin. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir.
I open my eyes and
You see
look
this?
over who's speaking at me.
You see this really old man standing there, very skinny, wild-eyed, wild-haired, dressed like a fucking wandering hermit type of guy. Sorry to bother you there, but you know this place?
I am not so familiar with it. This is the first time I've been here. I don't think it's safe for you to be here.
I understand. I don't mean to bother you, but I'm a little lost.
Well, you appear to be lost in the wrong place. You see, I am possessed by a demon, and there is a demon that possesses this place, so I suggest you get out of here.
Oh, yeah, the spider bitch. Yeah, met her. Been here a long time. Wandered in, thought I could take my people. We were gonna do the Pendrick cycle. That didn't work out. They're all dead, and I've been here for years, hiding.
How many years? The last
Oh,
big cycle must have been quite some time ago.
Wardigan was king of Pendria. That's about 20 odd years or so he's been here. What's your name?
I am Lorelin Lockwald, magician.
Oh, I am I don't know who I am. I don't remember.
That's understandable if you've been here as long as you say.
Why are
Well,
you here?
the door out is that way.
Oh, no, don't trust it. Everything outside's a trick.
A trick, you say? How so?
Yeah. This is her place. This is her lair. She controls it all. Nothing's real.
Well, my companions went out that way. I'm pretty sure you could as well.
I'm not playing her games. No. I've been playing them too long. No. And he sort of reaches over and he pokes you. All right, you look real.
I am very real.
Am I?
I presume so. I'm going to lift the veil on this guy.
Okay. I saw that, John. Devere's in bad shape right now. So you lift the veil and it's like getting punched right in your frontal lobe. This area is pouring with that energy, but it's all black and blue. But him sitting there, there's this. Whenever you've lifted the veil to see the other side around you, you have never seen color. It's always been grays and blacks. But there is a gentle green light inside him.
Okay. Well, I'm going to come back out.
You okay?
I believe so, but you seem to have a spark about you that I don't quite understand. What was your role exactly in the cycle, in your quest?
I was no, that was the Knight Commander, and not the Cirrus. I don't have the body for it. Wise man. I was the wise man.
Oh. How fortunate. You see,
How about you?
On this, well, I was about to say, I'm on the same quest as well, and I was formerly the wise man, though it seems I am doomed here with you, sir.
Why?
Well, that demon you speak of has possessed my soul.
No, she hasn't.
How do you mean?
Nothing's real. Are you listening?
I assure you, this is quite real.
No, it's not, buddy. Here, let me prove it to you. And he reaches his hand into his chest like literally into his chest. And he pulls out this little green glowing gem. And he holds it out to you.
I take it.
Eat it.
I eat it. Swallow it. I've got nothing to lose.
All right, give me a save versus spells.
Okay. I failed.
Perfect. Your eyes just suddenly everything gets brighter for a second, and you realize you're fully alone in this room. But the room doesn't look like it did before. It's danker, it's more decayed, it's more destroyed. The shadows are moving, but they're very weak, and they're just sort of tenderly in the corners, like almost like smoke. You can smell something you couldn't smell before, which is the rotting timber that was used as the framework for this place. You feel for the first time like you're actually seeing this place with your own eyes.
I am going to. How many times can I lift the veil?
No, you don't abuse it.
Okay.
It's dangerous.
All right. Well,
your master taught you. Every time you look out, something looks in.
I'm going to look outside. Is it any different than what it was when I was out there?
Every one of your party members are lying on the ground asleep. Philip, Devere, Bakht, the Beastman, Navri, Ismere, Perrin, but not that queen. She's sitting on a rock looking at you.
I'm going to walk outside commandingly and approach her face to face. Is this your doing?
No. And she hands you back your cloak. We're waiting. She just goes, we're waiting in Ambria. Don't disappoint us. And then she explodes into a cloud of ravens that, of course, fly away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all still asleep on the ground?
And they're all still lying asleep on the ground.
I start waking them up with my staff.
Who first?
I'll wake up Devere first.
Devere, you felt the pain. You felt the damage. You felt the life leaving you. As you lay flat on the ground, you could feel your breath shallow. The light was dimming around you. You could see your allies there, but all was lost. You were dead. And shockingly, in your last moment of thought, all you could think of was Ghislaine. And then suddenly the light's back as you're being tapped, and you sort of look up and you can see the fire of the camp, and your armor's fine, and you're fine, and you're lying on the ground.
Milady, come for me. Take me. Take me.
Come to your senses.
I'm so sorry about Perrin. It's my fault. What? What? It's your doing.
No, it's
You're
not my
doing all of this.
No, it was not my doing, but I saved you from a certain fate, that's for sure. Now come to your senses, you dumb wit, and wake up the rest of them. I start waking up the rest of them. Without giving him any more attention, I start tapping the rest of them.
Who's next?
Tell me who's next. I wake up with Thane next.
Okay, Thane, you're getting knocked awake. Last thing you remembered, you were walking as fast as possible away from the woods. And suddenly you were going towards the fire, and now suddenly you're on the ground waking up like you're waking up from a dream. And you see Laurelin hitting you with his stick going, wake up, wake up.
Hey, you're going with us again.
Yes, I am. Now help me wake up the rest of them. I wake up Esmeralda next.
So you slowly wake everybody up. So Esmeralda, everybody sort of wakes up, and you're all sort of looking at each other like, what's going on? And you're all sitting there. You all have perfect recall of what you experienced. But you know it wasn't real. It feels, like when you wake up, you have one of those dreams where you're like, it takes you a while to go like, that felt real, almost like a lucid level dream. That's where you feel. Now that you're awake and thinking about it, Laurel, and it's now starting to run through your head, that earlier information. This Spider Queen of Shadows, she doesn't exist in reality. The dream world is her place. That's the web she connects between people, is the web of dreams and shadow. And they're always darkness. It's always nightmares. It's always despair. And then if they submit to that despair, if they die, she eats their soul. Philip's blinking and then just goes, I need to take a shit. Gets up and walks off into the woods.
So what happened?
It was all a dream.
Which part?
All of it.
So I didn't kiss a demon?
No. Apparently not.
You also, all of you now notice that captured queen is no longer here.
In the morning, we shall depart this awful place. But no more questions now. I think we should all rest. We deserve it. And hopefully you've learned your lesson of Fane. For the second damn time. And I just curl myself in my cloak and go to sleep.
As you curl the cloak, you can smell her perfume on your cloak. You can smell her body.
Mhm.
And it's intoxicating. So intoxicating that it's magic. Please give me a save versus spell.
Okay. I pass.
Okay, so you're like, sneaky bitch. This is an enchantment. She put an enchantment on my cloak. Like, that's what she did. And it smells like a love spell to you.
I throw the cloak and just it's like I throw it, and then just like
All right, we are going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to make a cup of coffee. You guys go to the bathroom, grab some food, whatever you need to do, and we'll be right back. Okay?
I'm going to stare at my.
Play the goblin stole my hat for you while we're gone. Everyone?
No.
Oh, Gar.
My cat is sitting right here waiting for treats so badly she's falling asleep and almost falling over.
Oh,
I gave her enough.
spoiled kitty.
And if you saw the black cat, that's actually the feral cat.
I
One
didn't
that
see
almost never, I almost never get to pick him up, especially when I'm live streaming. But that was the feral cat.
it. Little buddy, right?
Little guy, yeah.
Little guy. That's it.
Yeah. He's actually the biggest cat in the house.
I'll be right back.
Yep. RPG Exile, if you're listening, I don't mind if it makes sense. I don't like it if it's an excuse to, oh, that didn't happen kind of thing. I don't know how it fits into this realm, so I'm not complaining right now. Because sometimes you come across illusions and sometimes you come across enchantments, and sometimes that stuff just. I mean, I've used, I wouldn't call it a trope, but I've actually used it as a story hook before myself. So it depends on how it's done. If you're doing it like the whole, Dallas TV show method, like, yeah, last season didn't exist, it was all a dream, then I agree with you. But if we got ourselves wrapped up, if we find out that because I ran into that thing, I activated something, or if it even started before then, started back when Cody or Cat. When Laurelin was, in that city or whatever, then that'd be okay. I knew you'd get it. No, you are not getting any treats. You got enough. Go away. We're done. You can wait until it's actually time to eat. I'll win the staring contest.
It's hilarious how they can't talk and they still give you attitude.
This little bitch is trying to knock her. Go away. You are not getting any treats. Yeah, go play with the little guy. Get down. Get down. I said get down. You're being obnoxious today.
Yeah, they know you're on stream.
Well, I mean, she's usually, I can just kind of tap her off the table if she's being annoying, but today she is very adamant. No, I'm going to get some treats whether you like it or not. And I've already thrown her a bunch. Little guy. Apparently a Thane can't go anywhere. Yeah, well, you know what? That's true, Sergeant Dan. That's true.
He's young and full of curiosity. You can blame him.
Well, shit. Just wanted to go see if I could get a better vantage point. That's all I wanted. Like, jeez, wasn't trying to summon a demon or anything. Hey, Hungar. Good to see you. I want to watch Dallas and Falcon. That's right. That's the order that it came in. If go back and watch Seasons of Love Boat, Fantasy Island. I'll bring all those nostalgic shows back.
What nostalgic shows?
Oh, I was mentioning Dallas. He was talking the Dream thing, and I used Dallas reference.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Stuck in everybody's head. Dee 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 dee.
Hang on, I'm gonna switch my lights real quick.
Well, first of all, Hungar shot JR. That's all we need to know. Second of all, wasn't a dream. It was an illusion.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. I mean, I've used illusions and stuff like that before, but yeah. The love boat.
Some people don't like it, and that's fine. They're more than entitled to that opinion. I'm not going to fault them or argue with them. It's the way they feel.
I don't like it as an excuse to replay something, but in a situation like this where we're just wrapped up, especially if you don't know what the purpose of it was, I'm not going to complain about
If
it.
you're dealing with a demon queen who is warping people's minds, it's
Exactly.
absolutely fine. Yeah.
It's okay.
But if you're just like doodle doodle, that didn't happen. That's where I don't like it.
So that would
Okay,
have been bad
Wayne.
DMing to go, well, since Hungar's not here, let's take it back to before you guys went into the village and take it from there and see what we do. That would have been shit.
Yeah.
So instead, I got to build off of what you guys did, find a way to make it work, and I think I did. So I'm good. And also, at the end of the day, are you 5 people having a good time?
Not anymore. I'm getting yelled at by everybody.
Well, yeah. It was one part Despair Squid, guys. Come on. It was like Red Dwarf inspired. Give me a break. All right. You're all back?
Yep.
So your cloak is missing when you wake up, but Philip looks like he's well cleaned after his trip to the woods. So God knows what your cloak's doing out there in the woods, sir, but I wouldn't pick it up again. But you are without cloak now, just so you're aware.
Hmm.
Okay. Dawn comes way earlier than any of you would have wanted. You need sleep. You're not having it. You need to decide where you're going and how you're going. It is a long way to Ambria.
Is my letter that I wrote still there?
No.
Perrin, could you get me a... I think Philip might have a... what did he? I'm so confused. Could you ask Philip?
As Murray puts a cup of tea in your hand, looks you dead in the eye, and goes, "We have things to decide that are more important than this. Wait. If last night taught us nothing, we must be united, not divided like we have been. You are the Knight Commander. Be it. Act like it. The stars have shown me if you deviate from this path, you and everything you love will come to ruin." And then she walks over and gives Laurelin his cup of tea, and then Thane his, and she's just, happy to help out and everybody thing. And she smiles when she gives Thane his tea. She gives him a little cute smile, and all that sort of thing.
Everything I've been brought up to believe, everything I've ever learned, is being tested.
I can barely hear you, boss.
I'm sorry, you meant to only barely hear me.
Oh, okay. So so Devere's muttering to himself as Esme just looks at you, Lachlan, looks at them and goes, "It's time, wise men."
Quite right. So if we are all, I stand up with my cup of tea, staff in hand, trying to swirl back my cloak and realizing it's not there anymore.
Philip sheepishly lowers his head a little bit at that.
Quite right. Well, I think we've all learned a lesson in the quite past days, in that we all have a role to play in this party. Are we right in that, Sir Devere?
I think we've learned a lesson, certainly in what was going on in our heads last night, that we should not trust those that would ensorcel our minds.
So you have learned nothing.
The Beastman is staring death at Devere. He's just like, doesn't take his eyes off him.
Devere stands up and just walks away to the edge of the woodland, bows his head, and starts praying with his Catholic cross in his hand. He's aware that he's of a different religion to everybody else.
Everybody pack your things. We'll be setting off. And I walk off to where Devere is. I put my hand on his shoulder. I said, your faith is good. But your prejudices, your beliefs, you need to leave to the side if we are to be successful in our journey and our quest. We all have a part to play, and so do you.
A knight is more than just a physical body.
Indeed.
A knight follows a code.
Indeed. And you need to start following that code.
Everything.
I agree with you, Sir Devere. A knight does have a code. But also a knight of a higher calling must follow a different code, should he not?
That depends whether that different code has an origin which is demonic, which is dark, which comes from the devil himself. And I stare directly into your eyes.
Well, I'm here to tell you right now, and I punch my staff into his chest, that you think you're following this code has led us where? Tell me where it's led us, knight.
And where has your magical mysticism led us? But to pain and suffering, to insanity, to depravity.
Ah, but that is the test of a true knight, is it not?
What,
you wanted to come on this quest and you came willingly. And you know you have a role to play. I told you beforehand, before we left the fairgrounds, you did not have to come here. You did not have to come with me. You willingly came, knowing the dangers ahead of you. And everything I've told you and warned you about, you've not heeded my call. And what happens when you do not?
I have not heeded your call?
No, you have not.
I trust you had the same vivid dream as I last night.
I did
can tell
indeed.
From everyone's faces that...
And it's because of me you're out of that dream
this morning.
And if everybody would have listened to me, we wouldn't have probably been in that dream in the first place.
Where is this witch we've been following, this woman friend of yours?
Well, she is no friend of mine.
Then why were we following her?
We were tested. And we were found wanting.
Clearly. I'll have you know that in the dream, as in life, I fought and I was willing to lay down my life for all of you, for my squire, and for my people.
And if you remember correctly, I gave myself willingly to a damn demon to save all of you. I was willing to sacrifice
why is
myself
that?
and let you throw a sword into me or burn me alive.
And
if
why
willing to
is
do
that?
so.
Is that
Because
because
that
you're
is my
easily-
role to play.
Are you so easily tempted to give in to devilry?
No, I was not tempted. I did it willingly
just-
to sacrifice
you-
myself to save you.
you
Now,
just
look,
said-
this is the way it's going to
you
be. I
just
lay
said-
down myself and cast
You just said you
thunderclap.
agreed
You
to
thought you
sell
cast
your
what?
soul to a demon.
Thunderclap.
Okay. What does that do?
It just lets out a big, loud thunderclap.
So you all hear the Jesus.
Yeah.
Polaris. You know.
So we're going to get this straight right here, right now. Either you want to follow me or you don't. You all came willingly. You came willingly. If you're not willing to fulfill your role, you can stay here in this forest or you can go back to the damn land that you came from.
Are you going up to the
Let it
methane?
be known that I do not wish to follow
I am-
you. I follow you because I feel as though I must.
Yeah, Philip will join you.
You guys having this fight again?
And since I'm taking over Philip, I'm going to change his voice and make him Brian Blessed. It's going to be more fun that way.
Who?
Men dive. Brian Blessed. That's the picture we used as the source for the character. So we'll just do that.
Okay. It
So
looks
he
like
can join. Don't just think. Just fuck, shut up.
So yeah, I run up there. We're like, oh, are we having this fight again?
Spells, we're going to do this all day, you two.
What's quite clear, Devere, is we have to set this quarrel beside us. We have a higher calling, both of us, and we have a role to play.
Well, all of us.
So either
Not
you,
me.
even Philip here has a role to play.
Oh, look at me. I have a fool to play.
if
He
there
just
was
puts his
one
hand on a
thing-
thin head and pats it. You two realize he's smarter than both of you, right?
That's
You're
what
both
I've been
so
told.
far up your own asses, you can't see the sun, but he does every minute of every day.
Yeah, but right now we are doing nothing to ensure our survival.
Well, it's my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, we have Sir Devere, Lord of Knighthood, and Navri, also Sir Navri, Lord of Knighthood. Gerhardt, you're Lord of
I'm not a lord.
Knighthood. Lorlin, my understanding is that you're the one that put this together.
No, you're mistaken.
Oh, well then.
I was not the
Then
one
who
to put
did?
it together.
Then who
Higher
did?
powers above all of us. It brought us together for specific.
There is only
tasks.
one higher power than all of us.
I
And
agree.
at this point, I pull out my Catholic cross and say, the one true faith.
I think there are a bunch of those.
So Philip rummages around, pulls out a Catholic cross, pulls out an Orthodox cross, pulls out a Pedric Reformation lion. Lots of them. But they're all wrong. I know the truth. And he pulls out an 8-pointed star, and Hungar can confirm this is actually what his character was. And shows you an 8-pointed star. Laurelin, give me a lore check. Devere, I'll give you one as well for heraldry to see if you recognize it.
Ooh,
I failed.
17. That is a pass.
That is a good pass. That 8-pointed star is called the Star of the West. It was one of Wardagern's standards. Wardagern, who is responsible for the Pendric Reformation. Wardagern, who moved Albana away from Catholicism and claimed that there was a true faith that no one was following. You recognize it. You've seen that on the coats of arms of some very, very important Pendrian knights. He just smiles.
I turn my back on Philip immediately.
Well, I tried my best. I'm gonna go take a piss.
So
He just walks.
Laurelin, as far as us go here, you got us all together, correct? I don't care about spirits and gods and religion. I'll pray, for my sins later. But you put us all together, right? Here.
No, I was merely meant to bring us all together.
Oh God. Okay, you're the vessel of some divine power that came and grabbed us, demon infested, whatever you're doing, whoever's controlling it. You're the one that, in the physical form on this world, put us together, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh God. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm done.
The truth lies in the West. I just want you all to know that.
Thank you, Philip.
Welcome. My God, that tea went right through me.
Well, for now, I stand by Laurelin simply because he seems to be the one that Esmeralda talks to, the one that Mama gave the information to, the one that has been so far pointing us in whatever direction we're going. No disrespect to Sir Devere or Sir Navri, but just right now he's the light. I mean, he literally has a light.
Well, Philip is quite right in one thing, in that we have to put all our personal motives and beliefs aside for this higher good, which I assure you is good, Devere. And I will tell you right now, I do not have all the answers. But only together can we overcome this struggle and protect the whole world. If we do not, everything will fall apart.
I said that yesterday.
He did say this.
Devere right now feels as though his own world has already fallen apart. He's stuck out in the wilderness with a witch, heathens, deniers of his own religion, and he's getting a little frustrated, and he isn't clever enough to know the answers. So
Got enough information. Thinking man's religion. Fastest growing religion in Albana.
So, parent,
Chevalier.
pack up the things. I think we will be departing very soon.
Wait, you're leaving us?
No.
I assumed we were all going. on
We
this
are all
journey.
going.
Oh, okay.
So if everybody's done with their tea and breakfast and arguing, we shall continue on our way.
I think I could argue a bit more.
Well, we can argue on the road then, Philip. Come.
Excellent.
That
I love it.
sounds
I'll
good.
tell you all about the United Reformation. No, not the United Faith, the Western Star, and how all of our faith is wrong but right. It's amazingly complex. And
I draw my sword and hold it to Philip and say, "Shut up."
He just puts his finger on it and sort of pushes it up and down like he's like bubbly, bubbly, bubbly with it. And he's like, "It's a very nice blade. Will he kill me?"
It is. It is.
Is that what your church teaches you? To kill people who disagree with you?
We've been known to burn the occasional heretic, yes.
Ah, so you have a lot in common with Mr. Bach's faith, where they stick them to pieces of wood when they disagree with them.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. Not so far apart, you two, eh?
Very far apart.
When
What
you,
is correct?
when
What is
you
not?
kill a man for speaking, you don't prove him wrong.
That's
And
gone
he just
way
reaches
above
over, he
the
reaches
beer's head.
down the length of your blade and just goes, "Got it, Sir Rusty," and then just walks away whistling the goblin.
That's
"Stole
all
my
gone
hat."
well above De Vere's head. He just looks
Yeah,
at
yeah,
me.
oh, for sure. He's like, he just walks away whistling, "The goblin stole my hat."
He's more right than you can even know.
Hope you can't know it.
Esmery just pats your hand. It's like she's saying, "Just be pretty. You're pretty."
Yes, she wants you to be pretty. I think.
Got you there. Wait a minute. Not really.
So eventually, you pack up your camp. I'm assuming,
Yeah.
Yes.
and start heading on the road.
Yes.
How do you intend to get them deeper without, Oh, by the way, Laurelin, as you're packing up your stuff and you guys are walking out of the area, you sort of glance back to take one last look around and sort of like, okay, this was a weird night. You see something just at the base of one of the walls, and there's moss that's grown up over it and all that, but you can see a skull and a body, like a rotted, emaciated corpse, and it's kind of wearing robes that look a lot familiar to you, like a green man that came to talk to you last night.
That's great. We're leaving. All right. When everybody's packed up, I'm like, well, are we ready? Let's get the hell out of Escape.
Yes.
Oh no, you're not getting out of Escape. You're getting deeper into Escape.
Hey, but fool us. We're leaving Escape.
Wink.
With the hopes of getting out of here.
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot more Escape you got to go through. How's Navri taking all this ecumenical debate that's happening? The arguing, what's going on in Navri's head? We don't really hear from Navri much, so I want to touch base with Navri for a minute as you guys are walking.
Navri's listening to all of Sir Devere's senseless ramblings about the one true faith, knowing Navri's true faith is the real one.
So,
but
Zahir
doesn't
is the
engage with
one
him
true faith, right?
Simply because he knows what Sir Devere is like and always has to say something about everything, so he's just not engaging with it.
Okay. How does he feel about the wizard? How does he feel about the heathens?
Laurel, and he trusts him because Navri believes that this is part of God's plan.
Oh, me gusta. Okay.
Navri wouldn't have disobeyed his father because anything other than, something greater than his father, which would be God.
Okay. Good to know. So, Bakht, you see your beast buddy walk up to Devere as you guys are walking along, and it leans up close to him. You can't hear what it's saying, but boy, Devere, you can hear it, and you can smell its breath as it goes, "In dream, you say me eat boy. Me die try to save you. Think.
I saw that. I understand.
Think."
I do apologize for that. We saw the same dream. I jumped to conclusions. I admit.
And it pats you on the shoulder with its big meaty paw. And walks off into the woods, pleased with itself. I think he likes you. Maybe you'll make a friend of you. That'll be something, eh? Lauren, as he comes walking up to you, I want to talk to you when we have a chance.
I like him now more than I like you.
I'm done talking to you. I want to talk when we have a chance. When we take camp.
You're going to talk at me then, are you?
Sir Rusty, please, adults are talking. Go back to your play in your head. Now, we need to speak before we get to Ambria. Do you understand?
Very well.
Lauren, there are things you need to know.
Oh, he's talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking to Devere.
No, he's telling Devere to shut the fuck up. He's just disrespecting Devere. He's had enough of Devere's bullshit for one day.
Well, can you not tell me on the road?
It's difficult, and we need to pay attention. Who knows what things lurk in the wilderness, ready to eat our souls? But when we make camp, we can talk.
Quite right. Well, we will talk this evening then.
Would you like one of the pastries I stole?
Sure.
He digs around his bag and he hands you one of them. What were they? They were honey. The hell were they? Honey.
Honey cakes?
Yeah, honey cakes or something like that, right? Yeah. So he hands you a honey cake.
Did he get another one? So that means I have one left.
Pretty much. Hey, I'm just taking what Hungar started and continuing.
That's fine. No, that's
Good. And he pats you. Hey, I want to talk to you about that infernal song you were singing last night. And he just sort of starts walking with Athane and being all friendly and camaraderie with you. You spend most of the day going down the side of this eastern face of the valley, moving down, following paths, seeing where the water's flowing, all that kind of stuff. The weather is remarkably nice. Animals are, moving about. You can hear birds chirping. It seems like everything is right with nature right now. Eventually, it's going to be time to make camp. So by the time, the sun's starting to head south in the eastern sky, or head down in the eastern sky, you realize it's maybe time to find a place for camp. The Beastman returns and then brings you guys all to this little secluded sort of area with outcroppings of rock and stuff like that. Like you can protect this area. Good. And seems quite chuffed with himself that he found something that would be beneficial for everybody. And then, happily goes and sits on a rock and just looks at you all with this look. Like he's got a weird look on his face. You don't quite understand it, but he looks content. There you go. All your pastry belonged to me.
Well, this is suitable. I think we will stay here for the night.
okay.
Fane, can you get us a fire going?
Esmery takes your hand and she's like, "We will get fire going. Don't worry."
Philip,
Okay.
Philip?
Yeah, go learn how to start a fire, kid.
What? I was thinking about food. What?
You have paper and a quill with you, I believe.
Sorry, I was thinking about food again. What was that?
You have paper and a quill with you, I believe.
Yes, but it's heathen paper and a heathen quill.
Less of that right now.
You trust
Please.
that the very
Please.
adversary himself won't work through my demonic quill and make you write down horrible, horrible things?
No, I will channel the words of the good Lord through my own hand. Thank you very much.
Good Lord, which one's that? I'm so curious. And he goes and digs in his pack and hands you a quill, ink, and some parchment. With blessings, Sir Devere, with blessings.
It takes Devere a lot shorter time to write this letter, seeing he's already written it once in his dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But he would like to write that letter again.
I would like him to make a mental endurance save.
Equal to or lower than my mental endurance?
Yes, sir.
Well, I've just rolled a 1.
Well, that's really good. As you're writing the letter, you feel a tremendous amount of emotion welling up in you. You feel loss, you feel confusion, you think of Ghislaine and your heart beats and feels more alive. You look at Perrin and you see the trust that she has put in you. And though none of them will see it because you rolled that 1, there's a lump in your throat as you write this letter. And
May I read out the letter for the stream? Or
Absolutely.
Firstly, I must congratulate you on your selection of squire. Perrin has been most committed to his duties. He is eager to learn, but also spirited, as a young boy should be. He is a credit to your people. In fact, and it pains me to admit it, he is adapting to our current situation better than I am. The principles of my upbringing are being tested to the limit, though I am beginning to realize just how cloistered it was. The actions of my companions are alien to me, and the foes we face are the work of the devil himself. Years of training cannot fully prepare a man for such horrors. I know inside that I must overcome these difficulties in order to achieve what appears to be our destiny, and it will only get more challenging. It helps to have Perrin beside me, and also I draw great heart from your locket. When we return, whenever that may be, We will share a dance again. You have my word on that, Gerard.
Nice. Very nice. Good thing no one knows it, because, you know, they'd make terrible fun of you for that.
Oh, yes.
So he's writing his thing, and Philip basically goes, Navri, balked. Thane, come. And he walks everybody over to sit beside Laura.
But is the fire built?
Yes, and
Okay,
Ezra is now making food. What do any of you know of the Pendrick cycles?
Just children's stories.
Oh, it's much more than that, my boy. Much more than that. How about you, Navri? What do you know of the Pendrick cycles?
My mother regaled me with tales of this when I was a child, when my father wasn't around, because he would never approve of such things.
And you, balked?
Honestly, not much.
Everyone wonders why they connect with people, right, Lauren? Why does everyone on this bloody island believe in them so much? Why have they reached the very shores of Agos, the continent, becoming plays and songs and sonnets? And a few plays I saw that were neither plays, sonnets, nor songs, but were quite entertaining nonetheless. Bosoms. Anyway, bosoms are nice, but that's not here or there. This is truth. Truth resonates. Truth binds us. Truth gives us purpose. He is the wise man. He is the Knight Commander. He is the fallen Templar. He is the one that walks between worlds. She is the Seeress of Stars. Our beastie friend, the noble savage. And I, the prophet. I have been given the truth. I know the truth. Trust Lachlan. Do not let your preconceptions get in the way. You left the Austrati for a reason, Bakht, and they were going to kill you for it. Fallen, you will rise as a Templar of the United Faith. We have much to do. And this Pendrick cycle will succeed. And when that happens, the High Father will return. He will bring his throne unto the world. In the final battle with Typhit, the adversary will occur. After Lumina and the world will be one. And we will live in the presence of God for all eternity. All sorrow gone, all death gone, eternal life in the light. Pretty good if you ask me, right? What was I talking about? Oh yes, I have to go piss. And he gets up and walks away, leaving you all sitting there.
I'm still the nobody.
I am the one between worlds, he says.
Your mother and father. You walk between them both.
I do.
Well, if I am the Knight Commander, I command we all eat and sleep. We have a long journey ahead.
Yes, we have had much to think about and much revealed to us tonight. And our Knight Commander is quite right. We need much rest to get through this perilous land and other perilous places we will go.
Yes.
Murray sort of, she's handing out food to everybody, and she's like, maybe tonight we could have fun. Maybe tonight we could not be so angry and dour. Maybe tonight one of you tell us a story of your people, of your beliefs, of your lands.
Well, that might be a good idea. Thane has regaled us with a song yesterday. Maybe
like
Sir
the song.
Devere.
I just start singing.
No more song. No more song, Thane. That's quite all right. Sir
No
Devere.
singing. No singing.
Sir Devere, surely you have some tales.
Sadly, I do not. I'm going to walk away from the camp and sit down by myself.
Very well. Maybe young Navri has some tales from his foreign land.
So I'm just sitting pondering about the one between worlds thing and thinking how rough of an upbringing it was to be a knight, but also to be with a father and a mother that both believed different truths. And I sort of tell this to them as well, and I say, my father was strictly, Zahiri, and he believed in that God, but my mother believed in the Pendrick Reformation. So, as mentioned, when my father wasn't around, she would tell me what she believed to be her truth, because in his presence he would not allow it. So me having been brought up with both of these, I'm now struggling to think what my role might be as the one between worlds. What would I do with this?
Well, that was
But
a
it
bit
seems
dour.
that-
And I thought we were going to have some fun, but you wanted to have a reflection session. Very well.
I get up and I'm still close, but I'm getting up. I'm looking for some sticks.
Sure.
I want to stick maybe about 3 feet longish, and then I'll break them up if I have to, like 4 of them that are maybe a foot long.
Okay.
And
While you're doing that, Devere would like to stand back up and walk back to the camp and say, my companions, I know I give this air of superiority, but in truth, I've led a very cloistered upbringing. I have barely set foot outside the walls of my parents' castle. My life has consisted of religious learning and training in the sword arts and little else. Having just admitted more than he's admitted in a long time, turns and walks away again and sits down by himself.
Well, no, when you're turning around, hey, Devere,
Yes, boy.
do you look my way or no?
I do, yes.
I throw the 3-foot stick at you.
What should I do with this?
I need some exercise.
What?
Show me your sword skills. We're in a woods. I can't fight with my bow constantly, so.
You wish for me to teach you?
Well, I
Very
wish. I'm not going to learn the sword. I got my sticks right here.
Very well. Then let us spar.
Sweet. I throw a knife or throw a stick at him.
Well, you guys can roll it out.
Sweet. All right. Where's my character? There's my character.
Oh, I was
How do-
muted. Perhaps it would be better if Sir Devere and I give you a demonstration.
Well, doesn't help me any.
As you say that, you feel Philip's big hand land on your shoulder, and he goes, "No, boy, you and I are going to talk faith and religion while they play sword arts."
I want to listen to that.
So you guys are rolling it out.
How do you want to handle that? Is that a surprise attack, or we
You got
just
a
roll an
surprise
initiative
attack
and
on
go?
him because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And you just threw a stick at his head.
Sweet. All right, I roll a 16 plus. I think I get a. Oh, hold on, I need no cards because it's not hand-to-hand skill. There it is. I think it's +1. Yeah, it's +1. So I got a 17 total.
You can dodge a 17, or you can try and parry it and try and knock his stick out of the air. What do you want to do?
I rolled a 2. So even if you had my parry bonus to that, then it won't be very good, will it?
So, surprise, the stick bounces off your head.
And then
Like that is it. I'll bend down, pick the stick up. grip
oh well,
my
then
shield.
while he does that, since he's not doing an attack at me, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna pull the other. Remember, I got 4 sticks. Pull them out. I'm going in. I'm going. I'm just going for the throat, basically. Again, I'm not going to hit him hard.
Yeah.
If so, yeah.
Roll to hit, and let's see if he defends it.
Oh, that's not so good. That's an 8 plus. I think it's 9 total. Yeah, 9 total.
Oh, that's my first natural 20 I've rolled this set.
Was that to parry?
So you come in with the daggers, you're like, whoa, and he just goes with his sword and then steps back from you. And you're like, oh, like he moved faster than you expected him to.
Sweet.
Now you can roll initiative.
I'll sheath the sword and wield the stick now.
Initiative, okay.
15.
19.
You go first.
All right. I'm not going to use the sticks. I'm just going to basically kick him in the ding ding. Oh, Jesus. Is that a 16 or a 10? That is an 18. 18 plus 5, 23.
Right, okay. Unsurprised. Oh, I've rolled really well as well, 19. It's not good enough.
So he kicks you in the ding ding.
So, Devere, did they teach you that trick in the castle?
No, they do not.
Fortunately, you're wearing a cod piece, so it's okay. Like, it's part of your armor. It's like it hurt to kick him, but like you got the hit, that's for sure.
Nothing I'm doing is at full power at all.
But it still hurts to kick him.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a pleasant experience. All right, Devere, your attack. What are you doing?
I'm going to show this young whippersnapper a thing or two about stick play. Yes, parry a 22.
Okay. Not with a natural one.
Ooh, so you get a good stick right across the face. That was a red welt. Like just you rang your bell on that one.
It's gonna leave a mark.
As Murray goes, oh, not the face. I mean, play nice.
Once again, my goal is to take him to the ground now.
Okay.
So basically, the position that I'm in doesn't really matter, but because I know we're not getting too narrative here, but I'm not wrestling him down. I'm trying to do like a scissor kick or something. So sliding down.
He's trying to take his legs out from under him. Yeah.
Exactly. So 12 plus 5 is 17.
All right, you can dodge this. You can't really parry it because it's not a weapon attack.
Well, I've got plus 0 on dodge.
Get a helmet.
I would love to. I'm just going to direct my camera down to that 18.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
So he does. You go in for the scissor thing, and he does this weird little hop step over your legs, and you get your attack now, Devere.
And
Dodge takes an attack.
Oh, Dodge takes attack, but he has more than one attack in the round, doesn't he? No. Okay, fuck it. You step over him. New round initiative. Go. We'll keep it civil and polite.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not good. I got a 10. Oh, you're muted or something.
He says 5.
All right.
5. The 5th.
Well, in that case, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna keep close to him because I know he's good with a sword.
Okay.
So I'm trying to stay in his face. So essentially, I'm just boxing him at this point.
Okay.
No, I do not have the boxing skill.
You hate punching, okay.
Yeah. Damn it. 7 plus 5 is 12.
No, the dice is on fire tonight.
There you go.
Ooh. He catches your fist
Okay.
with his free hand, like pat. What do you do, Devere?
I'm just going to twist his fist around and
Try and
and
flip
just
him?
make him, and just sort of make him,
Ooh, okay. Strength versus strength, boys. What's your strength, Ethan?
Not a lot. Oh, actually, it is a lot. 16.
PS or
What's your
PP?
strength, Devere?
PS or physical strength?
Yeah,
Yeah.
PS, yeah.
Only 15.
And yours is what, Ethan?
16.
So you got a -1 on this, Devere, because he's 1 point higher than you.
14 minus 1 is 13.
13. So beat a 13 on your strength, basically, is to give it the strength bonus.
So do I want to roll high or low? I rolled an
roll
8.
high. You want to
Okay, then I didn't do it.
So you're like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! As he sort of like he's got some power in that hand as he starts twisting you down.
Okay.
Initiative. We're just doing 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. Keep it fast, light.
11.
Yeah, you beat me. I got a 8 total.
Okay, what do? You got him. You got an
I'm going to
advantage
try
on
and
him.
I'm going to try and sweep his feet. So I want to have him flat on the ground and then kneel above him with the stick above
Okay.
his chest. That's the idea.
All right, you have an advantageous position on this one right now. Go ahead and make your roll.
13 plus whatever.
Hand-to-hand,
Skill you
unarmed combat. It'll be on your character sheet. You'll have an unarmed.
I've got punch of +4.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the total?
17.
17. Defend versus a 17, but he has an advantage, so we'll give him 2 on that. So defend versus a 19, please, Ethan.
Okay. Parry.
Okay.
And I did not.
So basically, boom, your legs go out from under you. You land flat on your back, and we'll just say he puts his knee on your chest and brings his stick down beside your head.
Okay. Let's just laugh.
And Philip just goes, "Ah, me next."
Young Kirby, I enjoyed our spar. Let us do that again.
All right. Like I said, I'm just like, when he gets off me, I trip him.
Ooh. I'm gonna give you that one for free. He didn't see it coming.
No, I didn't. No.
So boom, you get tripped onto your ass.
And if just a momentum forward, unless it's his action, I'm going to use paired attacks. I'm going to double strike him with the knife or with the sticks.
Okay, he can defend, but go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Dirty pool, old man, dirty pool.
Oh, dude, I can't do my camera.
What'd you get?
Natural 20.
So I'll give it to him. He rolls over. You like Devere. You're just like, boom. What the hell is he suddenly over? He goes, pop, and he drums off your chest in this area basically. And he could have easily gone for your throat with the sticks. And now he's got the advantage sitting on top of you. And you hear Esmery go, ooh.
Right now, I'll reach up and shake his hand and say, "You will go far, young man."
I pick him up. Well, I reach my hand down to pick him up.
All right. So you guys stand up. And
I'm waiting for him to try to trip me. I out of character would know that a knight doesn't do that, but a Thane is waiting for him to try to do something back to me. So I'm being a little. I'm on my toes, but
yes, as you're on your toes, Philip just walks over and shoves like 2 mugs into out to each of you, like 1 each. And it's whatever
clink.
alcohol he had.
Clink, clink.
I down it because I remember last time I drank it was so fun.
And with that, Philip just laughs, sits beside Laurel, and sort of drapes his arm over and goes, "You see, a little fun, right?"
Indeed.
That was great.
We've all learned a thing or two tonight.
Many miles left to go before we're done, boy. Many miles. But
And I sit down by the fire.
We made some steps in the right direction. Well done, Devere, and well done, young Kirby. Well, I have to take a shit. And he gets up and he walks off into the woods. So with that, Esmery pulls out at some point her little Jito flute and just sort of plays, gentle Jito music, which has a nice tempo to it, but it's soft. It's not too excitable. It just keeps you happy and nice and what have you. And Bach, you can't help but he's not smiling, but boy, your beast friend looks really pleased and chuffed right now as he's sitting on his rock watching all of this.
I'm gonna walk over to him.
He just looks up at you with his yellowy eyes, and
You seem to be in a pleasant mood.
he just sort of waves a talon at all of them, and you and him.
Agreed.
Now.
There's definitely a different air about us. much better one. I'm gonna let him go at that.
Okay. You guys rest. Your watches go without any incident. The night passes nicely. The sun breaks early the next morning. Clear skies again. Beautiful weather. It's quite rare to have this nice weather on Albana, but here it is. Nice, beautiful weather. You find your steps lighter as you head back onto the trail, following Laurelin, maybe with a little more trust, maybe with a little more understanding, and a little more connection between all of you. The day takes you downhill more and more and more. And by evening, you can see the very edge of the lake, the High King's Lake. Now, the High King's Lake, for everyone who has a potential to know what this is about, so anyone with any level of education, is a massive lake with the island in the middle. Up here, where it empties out, there are what they call reversing falls. Twice a day, the tide goes out, and the lake is nothing more than a flat mud flat that you can walk and ride across. But twice a day, that waterfall at the end reverses, and the tide comes back in, and it floods up to about a 10-foot depth of water, and it's untraversable without a boat at that point in time. And as you've arrived, you look out and you see that the water is getting higher as you come, as you realize you've arrived at the returning tide, and you'll only be able to walk it in the morning unless you want to skirt around on the land. That is a decision you will make, Laurelin, which path they will take from here. Skirt the land or ride the tides. But when that tide goes out, you only have a few hours to get to where you're going before it comes back. And if you get stuck on that flat when the tide comes in, it'll be a bad scenario for all of you. And these are the thoughts you have as you make your camp and you make your supper. Let's take a quick break, just a few minutes. I just want to get my perspective right and see what I'm doing. And I want you guys just to tell me what your characters are going to do that evening around the fire while I'm sort of thinking and running stuff through my head.
I'm being accosted by an animal.
Yes, Esmeralda can be slightly animalistic, yes.
Oh, for me, it'd probably be listening to anything that Philip would have to say. I'm intrigued by his stuff on religion.
It's for anyone listening who has religious knowledge, when he talks, there are many times you think he's talking about your religion, but then he starts talking about how it's connected to something else, or there's this other aspect to it. And you realize this united faith that he is a part of has a little bit of Catholicism, a little bit of Orthodoxy, a little bit of Zahirism, a little bit of Pendrick Reformation, and some pagan stuff and some other stuff. And he's just talking about like a unified, singular religion. What it does not have is punishment. It does not have infidels. It does not have heathens. It does not have crucifixions. It does not have burning of witches. It has none of those things. Because as he keeps saying, all of this exists in the High Father's world. This is all his creation. And some of it's here to some of it's here to test us. Some of it's here to help us. And the path is that we must determine which is which. And that's how we come into his presence. By discerning and using the spark of intelligence he gave us. But the Western Star must guide us. And you're around the fire, and he just points up in the sky. And the Western star is like the brightest star in the night sky. And it is always in the west. It's only there, in certain seasons, spring and summer, winter and fall. You don't see it. But it's always in the west, and it's like Venus bright. You know what I mean? It's a bright, bright star. And one day I will get in a ship, and I will sail west and follow that star and see where it takes me. Now, for the educated people like Devere, west, there's a new world to the west, and there are kingdoms there. They had a revolution recently, and they refused to. They separated themselves from the continent. So there's stuff in the west, but he's talking about it like there's a holy land over there and lost truth and ancient civilizations. It's in modern terms, he'd sound like a crazy person with conspiracy theories. In medieval terms, he sounds like a crazy person with religious fervor. But that's what he talks about all night. What your characters decide to take from that is up to you, obviously. What is Navari doing for the night?
I'll go up to Laurel and I'll say, I'm glad you're the one guiding us, because it seems like you've also been chosen to do this thing by God.
Well,
I'll go up to say Devere, sorry, and I'll say, despite our differences, I respect you. We don't have to believe in the same God necessarily, but we do have a mutual benefit to being with each other. It seems we have both been chosen for this cause.
I will nod, and De Vere's very much sort of lost in thought at the moment. He's made an admission recently that he's not been intending to make for a long time. He's opened his heart somewhat to the group, and he's feeling a little bit vulnerable at the moment. He wishes he was a long way away from here, dancing with the Lady Ghislaine.
Laurelin kind of, you can tell he's busy in thought as Nafri approaches him. He says, well, I'm not sure if it was the gods that guided me here, but something, a greater force, certainly did. And I'm glad you have some trust in me. And hopefully I can live up to your trust.
And hopefully I can come back to my father with good news that I didn't disobey him for no reason.
Navri, it is clear you have a good heart. And that is something to be proud of.
As do you, Sir Devere. I can tell. And I'll extend my hand out and like shake his hand.
Okay, I will shake your hand.
Esmeralda just sits behind Ethan, takes her Jito comb out and some strange oils and powders and starts fixing his hair. While she's watching all of this unfold, she's just occupying herself with, it's the idea of cleaning your hair without washing it idea, brushing out combing out all the garbage and gunk and putting nice oils and powders and, desert style. So, that's what she's doing. Philip is just like, I told you it's all the same God, Navri. And he rolls over and he falls asleep snoring. And it seems like you all have a nice, quiet evening. The morning comes and you need to decide, Laurelin. Try the tides or go around to a narrower point and try the tides then. The narrowest point is on the western slope, which brings you dangerously close to Brucca. Brucca is the most dangerous place. It is home to a very evil witch who is a queen of her nation and is rumored to do horrible things and consort with demons and is breeding beastmen that are bigger and stronger and all this kind of stuff. Like there's just endless stories about this witch queen. Otherwise, you can risk the tides, but without a boat, boy, oh boy, that'll be dangerous. But you can try. What has Laurelin decided as their path?
Well, my compatriots, I have thought about it all night. And we shall take the riskier route. And we shall try the tides along the long route.
Okay.
Okay.
In for a penny, in for a mile, my mom used to say.
We'll have to wait for the tides to go down, and then we can safely pass. And we have to hurry. We cannot diddy-daddle. We cannot talk. We have to move at the double quick.
I'll
You hear
move
that,
as
Perrin?
fast as I can.
Agreed.
You hear that, Perrin? No messing about with the girls.
Oui, chevalier. Oui, chevalier. Okay. He seems confused by that, but he's like, okay. So you guys move, break camp and head. Eventually you come down the path to where the water meets the land, and you see some things as you're approaching. One, there's a dock, and there's a boat. The boat's sitting at the end of the dock. It's a swan-shaped boat. It's very weird looking, very ornate. Two, the path leading to the dock, which leads to the shore, which leads to the lake. There is a black knight with a two-handed sword standing in the path. As you approach, none shall pass.
I'm not approaching. Staying back, drawing the bow.
I'll turn to Navri and say, well, after our newly found respect last night, shall it be you or shall it be I?
I leave it to you as to fulfill your role as the Knight's commander, I think.
Very well. And I shall step forward.
Right as he does that, can we get a boat?
As you step forward, there's this weird, it's like, imagine the air and the universe and reality in front of you is a sheet of reflective metal, and someone wobbles it. And now there are two black knights standing there. None shall pass.
I don't want a boat anymore.
It seems you're not playing by the rules as fairness dictates. One stepped forward because one stood here, and now two stand here. Navri, will you join me?
I shall step forward.
And again, there's a wobbling. And then there are three. None shall pass.
Can we just go around?
Do not
Said
believe in
of it.
fair play.
What devilry is this?
I've seen too much devilry in the last few days.
I'm walking up.
You guys keep forgetting he's a knight.
Yes,
Yeah.
but yes, but actually no.
Gerhard, you join us.
Oh yeah.
What are you all doing?
And then there's
Black
three
Knights, do you cheat once again?
Defeat and transport is yours. Fail and meet your makers.
3-on-3 then, is it now?
What happened to just paying for a boat?
Esmeralda just taps your hand. This is meant to be. Let it happen.
This is weird.
Yes.
You got money for a boat, kid?
Suddenly Bach turned into Han Solo. That was awesome.
Do not worry, Gerhard. Stay strong and trust in your sword arm.
They don't do anything but stand there.
Draw my sword.
Yeah, I'm going to draw my sword and ready the shield.
I'm the same.
They just stand there.
March forward with me.
We must step forward together.
Yes.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Then we take a step forward.
You guys are working as a unit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your characters are in lockstep with each other.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir DeVere, as the Knight Commander, you may roll initiative for your squad.
Ooh, 14 plus my 4, 18.
You go first. They got a 13. What do you do?
I will strike one of these Black Knights that seems determined to get in our way.
So the three of you are striking together as one.
Yeah.
You may add +1 for each person in your squad, DeVere. Each of you roll. Navri, Gerhard. If you succeed in beating an attack, DeVere adds +1 for each of you to his attack. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
No,
you two must
good.
succeed, and then you'll give him a bonus.
Okay. Oh no, I got a 1.
20.
Natural?
Not natural. No.
Dirty? Dirty 20? Okay.
Yeah, dirty 20.
So basically,
Like the way I like it.
you guys step forward, but you're not quite in sync. And as you two step forward, Navri sort of and tries to step forward at the same time. And all three of your attacks, their swords, they just ching, and they block your attacks, and then they go back to their stand. None shall pass.
Trip him!
And now Kirby's at the wrestling matches.
He's a peanut gallery.
Try your initiative again.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. My turn for a 20.
Well, they got a
Natural.
1. All right. Try that again, boys. Navri, sorry.
8 plus 1, 9.
9.
18.
18. You've got a +2 on this attack, Gerard.
Plus 2 in addition to my usual.
Mm-hmm.
Total of 8.
No, that's still a hit. But they get a chance to defend, obviously. Broken. Oh, they get a 1 on their defense roll. As the three of you step forward as a unified group and attack in harmony and synchronicity, just faster than them as your swords cut down into their neck, rending through their armor, and then there's that wobbling again. And there's one knight standing there unharmed. You shall pass. And then he steps aside, and the dock is open to you.
Come then, my companions. Seems we have a boat to board.
That was just
look
weird.
at Sir DeVere and Gerhard just like sort of puzzled but pleased at the same time.
Laurelin, smiling, pats Thane on the back and says, "Come," and starts walking down the path towards the boat.
Esmery takes Athane's hand and starts leading him towards the boat.
There's your boat.
I let her.
So you all pile into this. It's like a big boat. It can fit all of you, but it looks like a fucking sculpted swan boat. And when you step into it, it just sort of pulls out into the tide, turns, and starts crossing the lake slowly. It doesn't seem to have any form of propulsion. There's no paddles. There's no nothing. It's just moving slowly across the water. And it's giving you guys time to look out at what you're. I mean, this is like you can understand how this was once the High Kingdom of the Isles. It's a beautiful place, like the mountains and the beautiful water and everything. Like this is an insane. Like none of you come from a place on this island that compares to the beauty that you're seeing here. It is inspiring. It is awesome in the true sense of the word awesome. And as you sort of think, you find yourselves thinking of home, thinking of friends, and there's this weird feeling of comfort that comes over you. Like your hearts know that your loved ones are with you in spirit. You know that you are on the right path. You know all of these things. Laurel and save versus spell, please.
I passed.
You know that this is magic. This is something radiating from ahead of you in Ambria. This feeling of courage and all this type of stuff, something is being pushed onto you, some sort of magical, calming, charming effect. It doesn't feel negative, but it reminds you of that spell that was put on your cloak.
Mhm.
Now, what you do with that knowledge is up to you.
While we're traveling, I'm staring into the water, make sure nothing jumps out and tries to kiss me.
Nothing jumps out and tries to kiss you, but there are lots of silver fish, very bright, very fast, flitting through the water.
I resist the temptation to try to grab one.
Okay.
I'm holding on to him by the back of his shirt because I don't trust him right
actually, believe it or not, you do trust him right now. You feel trusting of everyone. It's a weird feeling, and it doesn't feel natural. And that's where you're going to get to make a save, because your impulse was to do something different than trust right now. Save versus spell.
now. Okay, hang on a second.
Oh, the Ostrati are a strong, tough fucking people who have thick heads.
Oh, damn it. Spells 12. 12 out of 12.
Yeah, this ain't natural. And you sort of look, you see Laurelin has this sort of slightly quizzical look on his face as well. Well, the rest all have this just sort of content smile on their face. Oliver looks happy. But you can see Laurelin's like you. He's seems a little odd, something's wrong here.
Well, there's two of us that are not so... I don't know what the word is. I got a bad feeling about this.
Without rocking the boat, I pat Devere in the shoulder, Navri on the shoulder, sit down next to Esmeralda, try to grab her hand.
No,
sit
she'll
back.
let you.
Everything's great.
Oh, it is. It's wonderful. Feels so good.
This place is like nothing I've ever seen before.
Philip just sort of looks at you, balked, and looks at Laurelin and goes, "Yeah, you feel it too, eh?"
Mm-hmm.
It's a little odd, but I don't feel any
Danger? Yeah, I don't feel negative. But it's sudden. And he's whispering, like trying to not alert the others. It's the work of the witches of Ambria. Their legend says they can seduce a man's heart right out of his chest. What do you know of them, Lorland?
Probably as much as you know. Rumors, speculation, legend, myth, which, as they say, legend and myth is always based in some small amount of truth.
Why don't we just give in to it and see where it goes?
Yes, exactly my thought.
Ethan!
Yeah.
He puts something in your
I
hand.
smile and thumbs up. What?
So he just palms you something. Maybe the girl's hungry. And it's your last honey cake.
Damn it! I was going to do that on my own. I wouldn't say that in this condition, but all right. Well, I break it in half and give her half.
She takes it. She smiles. She looks at Laurelin. She gives him a wink. She's aware of what's going on. The magic people have felt it, and the fucking guy from the society that hates, burns, and destroys magic is aware of it. Sadly, Devere should be, but he's just having a vulnerable day.
That's what happens when you let loose.
As the boat continues across the lake, following the tide, it takes about 2 hours. And by the time you reach the island, it is high tide, and it's pulling up to another dock. And standing on the dock are 3 women. An old woman, a normal woman, like a normal adult woman, and a young woman. And they are smiling as your boat pulls up. And as you arrive, they say in unison, "Welcome, heroes, to the island of Ambria."
Can we pass?
And we're going to stop there. Can we pass? We're going to stop there and pick this up next month.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes, I know, Max. You're mad because we didn't get to do it an extra 2 hours. I know.
2. We were supposed to play till midnight. We got 6 to 6.5 to go. What are you talking about?
It's 28 minutes to midnight, Max.
We said before Central Time USA. Sorry.
I want to see the contract. All right, send me your votes on Discord for your MVPs tonight, please.
Ooh.
I need to replay today.
I got one. I got one vote.
I'm working on it.
I got two. I got 2 votes.
I'm waiting on Discord. Oh, okay.
I got 3. All right. Votes are in. Cody, who'd you vote for and why?
I hate to say it, but I voted for John again. He was spot on. Great role playing as usual. He puts us all to shame. And what I really appreciated this time, though, is that he showed character growth. Right? He didn't, and it was natural character growth. It was many sessions and many trials and many tribulations, and to notice that he fucked up, and that maybe, all this stuff that was going through his head, and he said that in character, I'm confused, all this stuff's going through my head, but he realized that maybe he has to change his views for the greater good. And he showed a moment of humility and weakness, but it was very appropriate for his character. And it was a natural progression. I really appreciate it. And he did a really great job. So yeah, John. Absolutely.
All right. What was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment had to be probably the Yiddish dwarf.
Jackie Mason.
Yeah, that was really good.
Jackie Dwarfson. All right. Fair enough. Cool. Yield Geek, who'd you vote for and why?
I voted for Max again. I still find his youthful innocence so refreshing. And it's those, they feel his reactions to the worst situations still feel extremely authentic.
Okay.
So that's,
Thank you.
That's it for me.
That's good. What was your favorite moment?
I have to say it was that little bit of role playing between me and you as the Beastman.
That was nice. It was fun.
I did enjoy that. I did enjoy that little bit. When the Beastman sort of tapped me on the shoulder and we had that little sort of
Clearing of
heart.
the air. Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
There we go. All right. We'll go to Mr. Bach. Who did you vote for and why?
It was Geek, and pretty much Cody nailed it from my point of view. The character progression in a very natural way.
Okay. What was your favorite moment?
Cody with the spider thing. His willingness to go, okay, well, it'll be me then. Save everybody else.
Oh, yeah. It felt like at least one of you was going to be making a new character there. Right? It was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, if they're willing to die for this shit. What are they going to do for new characters? It could be weird. No, it was a good scene. Very good. Cool. Iman, who'd you vote for and why?
I voted for Sir Devere as well. And Malachi and Cody said, they basically nailed it. What more can I say? His character arc, he's finally shown some sort of humility and vulnerability, and we can all relate to him. And, it's all natural. I can't really say anything else.
All right. What was your favorite moment? He did. What was
favorite
your favorite
moment? Just right at the end, just that little moment with the 3 knights teaming up. We're not fighting about anything. We're not bickering. We're just, okay, this is what we need to do. Let's do it. Done. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Nice. All right. And last, but by no stretch of the imagination least,
I also voted for Devere. It was between him and Cody. It really was. But I would say that letter put it over the top. And I say that because it wasn't too long. Like, oh my God, I'm sitting here. Okay, great, John. You're trying to write some stuff. You want to show that you're the next author. But no, it wasn't like that at all. I actually felt like a character from the heart kind of thing. So I really liked. I liked how that was done. Favorite moment was honestly because it caught me by surprise. Believe it or not, is when Laurelin chewed me out for going into the building. I was like, wait a second, it's just a building standing. And he's like, and you did it again. I was like, okay. And I was like, you know what? That is so kind of fatherly and frustrating. Like, oh my God, there he goes again. I was like, yeah, okay, I got it. But it caught me by surprise. And I'm not normally caught by surprise like that. So
cool. I like it. Well, that means Serdavir won. So you're getting an extra reroll for the next session, and we'll figure out whatever other benefits I'll give you after that. But that's what you get.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you.
You're going to need them, so have them because now you guys are in the meat of it. But I want to do something really quick while I go around. Cody, I really love Laurelin's development that people aren't seeing as much, which is that he's starting to step into his role, and like Grizzly said in the thing, he's starting to realize maybe magic isn't the solution to everything, and that's kind of cool seeing that. But it's very subtle. And I like that someone picked up on it because I saw it and I was like, oh, shit, what's Cody doing here? This is interesting. So I really like that. I think you play the character very well. And I think you guys are coming together nicely and you're fitting in well as a figurehead for them. John, there's not much I can say that hasn't already been said about Devere at this point in time and how you're playing him. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Keep the growth going. And this is interesting. And I agree with Navri Iman. My favorite moment was the three of you becoming a unit. Was really like, that played out perfectly. I was like, beautiful. So I really like that. But I also loved you and Ethane sparring. I thought that was just fucking the cat's ass. Bakht, you're finally starting to find the character's voice there, Malachi, and that's a good thing because now he's starting to become more of a character and less of just an observer. And I like that a lot. Keep going on that road. You are heading down the right road.
My vote was probably the last one. And I started typing Malachi because he's coming into the character. And sorry, Malachi, I then deleted it because it was a balance between is a toss-up. It really was a toss-up.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
I just like the way Max's innocence is coming through.
No, he's doing a great job.
I did start typing it, so I agree.
And I'm kind of getting that, but I might be like, well, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this kid. I have to be the older brother. Keep him out of trouble.
I did catch that, by the way. I did catch that a couple of times.
And that's a good thing because what's happening is I'm going to finish up and then we can talk a bit more. But you guys are starting to give each other role playing cues, which is really good. Your characters are now helping each other become more characteristic or characterized. And that's a good thing. So good work, Malachi. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Iman, you are stepping into this larger world, which is it's very different, I know, than the Call of Cthulhu stuff you've been doing. And I like that you're thinking like your character. I like that when you make decisions, it's based on what Navri is thinking, not what Iman, the player, thinks is the best move or the best choice. Keep that up. Keep going. And I'm curious to see where he's going to go and where his bonds are going to start forming with the rest of the group. Because right now he's bondless. And that's an interesting thing to see. It's like this character who's like not connecting with any of them, but isn't causing strife. So will he connect to someone? We're going to find out. And I'm curious to see where it goes. Now, I saved you for last, Max. And the reason I saved you for last is this. You have repeatedly gone on about how it's not the way I wanted it to be. It's not working out the way I thought it'd be. And yet you continue to be the heart of this group. You continue to be the conscience of this group. And you continue to be, no offense, guys, the smartest fucking character on the team because you keep trying to make intelligent choices. You fuck up every now and then, but that's part of the game. And you
have an IQ of 7.
Well. Exactly. You at the far end there are not the brightest bulbs on the tree, as it were, but you still try, and that's really good. And I really like what you've done with the character, and I like where you're going. I think it's going to be interesting if and when he survives to be revealed what his role in all of this is. It's going to be interesting to see how Ethane handles that. And I'm looking.
That really bothers him, by the way.
I know. I can tell. And I like that. I like that it bothers him because it means he has skin in the game now. Finding out what his purpose is. Why is he here? And I absolutely love the relationship between him and Esmeralda, this little cute fucking thing that's happening.
I want to talk to you about that, though. Not now. I mean, once we're done, I really do. I want to talk to you about that because I've had a couple things for the last 2.5 sessions that I'm not going to interrupt the game with, but I definitely want to talk to you about that.
Blue booking. Why do you think Devere has letters and stuff going on? Because he and I do a little bit of blue booking every now and then, and we talk outside of the game in chat to move things forward. Do that, guys. If you want stuff to move forward, you want to have ideas from your character's past, you have things you want to see, send me a private message. We'll hash it out. We'll blue book it, and it'll be good to go. So it's good. But keep it up, Max, because you are very strong and you're doing a great job. And it's a shame Hungar had to drop out. It really is. I'm going to do my best to keep Philip alive because I don't want to kill Philip as much as it looked like I wanted to kill Philip. I don't want to kill Philip. I want to see where this goes. I want to see what we can do with it.
Because I sent you that letter yesterday, didn't I, Ben?
Yes.
Just to.
Yes, you did. Yeah. No, it's okay. I don't care if anybody believes you. I know. So that's all that matters for me.
Yes.
Philip dying was actually a problem for Athane as well, even though I didn't express it. I was, as Athane, I was trying to ignore it like it didn't happen because Athane didn't know what the hell to do at that point. And really, to be kind of fair, Philip has really been his best friend, so to speak. Maybe not the best guide, but if you know the interaction between them, right? But has been like his best friend, and he just saw him, die. Like I'm sitting there trying to think, well, how the hell is Athane going to deal with this?
Yeah. Now, do you guys? And I'm going to ask you this directly. Do you get what I'm doing yet? What the campaign is, what's happening, why I'm not having you roll a shit ton of dice for every encounter, why things are happening, and they're just like that, like the knights or like the shadows thing. Do you guys get it yet, or can I give you a little bit of a as to what's going on?
I like living in ignorance.
Yeah.
No, I mean that seriously, and discovering it along the way, whether I'm right, wrong, or otherwise.
No, I don't mean plot wise. I mean style wise.
I mean, didn't know there's anything to get.
So, because there's some comments made in the chat about a couple of things I did. This is the Pendrick cycles.
Yeah.
Pendrick cycles are based on the idea of Arthurian legend. That's what I'm trying to get across here, right?
Okay.
Essentially, you guys just fucking arrived at Avalon, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is the thing. So I like that you guys are rolling with it. I like that you guys aren't arguing, going, don't I get a roll? Don't I get like you guys aren't being gamers. You're being role players, and I'm really appreciating that. It's really a lot of fun to see you guys and what you're doing. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it. I hope it's going well. We had 2 months off, which sucked, but we're back now. Yay! Unless one of you gets sick next month, and then I'll be like, well, fuck you. Anything we want to say before we wrap this up? This is our time to talk post game and just sort of, see if there's anything we want to discuss.
I had fun. Here we go.
Yeah, it was an interesting session.
I enjoy this group of players.
What is this you're doing? What is this?
I love all of these people here.
Aww.
I was waiting with Devere for the opportunity for him to start just softening a little. So I'm glad it happened tonight.
Well, sometimes you have to have the opportunity to soften a little bit too, and they definitely arose today, so that was cool.
Yes, yeah, I'm thankful for that. I was getting to the point where I'm thinking, am I pushing him too far? Am I pushing his arrogance a little bit too much? But I'm glad I had the opportunity for him to soften.
It was good. No, it was very organic, and I really liked the way you did it. It played really, really well, and I loved watching. No offense, Cody, I loved watching you go from fucking Laurelin, frustrated as shit at the start, to Laurelin finding his groove towards the end. I was like, okay, I think I like this. Now I hope I'm not misreading it. I hope you're not like just. I got to the end, I was still frustrated as shit, but I'm just being nice for the sake of being nice.
No, that's how I was playing it. I don't like to explain everything that my character is thinking. Yeah. I like to play it out. And
that's cool.
Yeah. So I think, I will say one thing, Laurelin's really doesn't think of himself as a wise man, because he has not been in the wider world. He's been cloistered his whole life. So he knows a lot of stuff, but he hasn't experienced a lot of stuff. So take it as you will. So that's kind of how I'm playing the character.
To be honest, Devere doesn't know very much and hasn't experienced very much. All he's ever done is train as a knight. It's as simple as that.
You're both the perfect fucking coin. You're both the perfect fucking coin. You're just one side and the other of that coin. You both have similar origin points, similar thought processes, similar views about the universe and where they fit into it. And it's really fun watching you guys bring these characters to life. And I'm looking forward to doing more of this. Okay, cool. We're going to wrap it up. everybody who watched tonight, thank you so much across all the channels. We had a lot of people watching. It was really great stuff. Every super chat, thank you so much. And I hope you guys are having fun. When we're done, you can put comments. Tell us who your MVP was, who you liked the most, what your favorite moment was. And I'll say this just because, you know, if you don't like what we're doing here, well, there's other stuff you could be doing other than watching us and being upset about it. So maybe, you know, think about that, right?
YouTube video.
Yeah, go watch. There's tons of other people doing stuff. At first, I thought the month-long break would throw everyone off their groove. I'm happy to say that I was wrong. If anything, everyone played better than before. Amen, Law Dog.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nerds, nerd.
Thank you, Nerds Nerd.
Nerds Nerd kills me, man. I love a game today. Must suck to be one of those chumps who missed it. All right, guys. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you again for hanging out. Peace, love, geek, and I ain't going to shill heroic today. We will just talk to you guys next time we do this. Bye now.
See ya.